itafuta kazi wafanyakazi wote walioanza kazi karibuni. Kisha baadaye itatujulisha kama itafuta kazi wafanyakazi walioanza kazi kitambo.
Aha, shamba wenyewe macho meupe kama msiokuwa na haya. Mwaiuza. Hamkakutana nao kwa mnadani?
Aliyekuambia shamba itauzwa mnadani ni nani?
Angelikuwa ni mtoto wangu mimi, usingenilaumu. Sonia aambiliki.
Lakini mtoto hukunjwa akali mbichi.
Huyu wako amekauka.
Every day, NTV News team moves you to the center of the action.
The security forces who took part in this operation,
Police are not taking anything to chance.
Moves you to the heart of the story to witness and record history.
Rendering the declared results null and void.
Telling the story of Kenya.
The growing importance of border in Mandera.
Matatus will be on strike.
And beyond.
The politics in the United States capital.
It is the 7th edition of the Global Education taking place in Dubai.
When it comes to business, we crunch the numbers and unpack the detail with the latest information for your investment decision.
It's time to say goodbye to this note and karibu to this note.
In order for the manufacturing sector to be elevated from the ground.
Despite the government's promise to create at least 1.3 million jobs.
moves you fast past the planes and trucks to bring you the triumphs and joys of our great men and women.
Moving stories that touch our hearts.
I didn't know that I could go back to school.
The Back to School program has brought hope to these young mothers.
NTV News. News that moves you.
Seeing other people accomplish great things.
My mom keeps telling me, you're so brave, you're so courageous.
Overcome even greater adversity.
I remember every single moment when I saw her suffering, and I just knew I'm losing my mom.
And hearing their inspirational stories.
If that child cannot talk, if he cannot hear, appreciate that gift.
Gives us hope.
Life will throw so much at you, but just be adaptable.
Crime's the power. Crime is not cool.
Come take this journey with us every Saturday on Unscripted from 8 p.m. only on NTV.
This is NTV.
Moja kamili saa za Afrika Mashariki. Mtazamaji popote ulipo, tumekuandalia mengi kutwa nzima, lakini kwa sasa tupate vidokezo.
Muona mdudu wote ambaye mnafikiria ni Locust, tafadhali mpige picha, weka kwa social media na itatufikia.
Serikali yaahidi kuangamiza nzige waharibifu ndani ya majuma mawili yajayo katika kaunti zilizoathiriwa.
Mbunge Moses Kuria akamatwa kwa tuhuma ya kumshambulia mwanamke mwezi uliopita hapa Nairobi.
Ask this court to order that the Honorable Attorney General or a senior officer from his office to attend court and shed light on this matter.
Mahakama yamtaka mwanasheria mkuu kufika kotini Jumatatu kuhusu kadhia ya Miguna, huku Raila akijivua na masaibu yake.
Hii ni NTV Jioni na Daniel Mule na Kaltun Jama.
Na mtazamaji, pia tutakuwa tukiangazia mengine ya masuala ya BBI na mengine mengi. Unajua Kaltun, kwanza nikukaribisha maana umerejea nguvu mpya kutoka likizoni. Tuendelee kuyashughulikia mwaka huu, na ndivyo hivyo tutakuwa pia tukiangazia mengine kuhusiana na taarifa kuhusiana na ile ripoti ya BBI ambayo imeangaziwa. Kuna viongozi mbalimbali ambao wamekutana, akiwepo Raila Odinga na magavana kule katika Kia Strikers mwasili humu nchini dakika chache zilizopita, na tutakuwa tukiungana na mwenzetu Brian Otwala ambaye yuko katika uwanja wa ndege kuzungumza nao, kutueleza mawili matatu kuhusiana na ushindi wao, na watakuwa wakipata nafasi ya kuwakilisha bara la Afrika katika Olimpiki hapo mwakani. Kaltun, sijui una mtazamo gani kuhusiana na
itakumbuka pia Rais Uhuru Kenyatta ileo aliwahongera Malkia Strikers akisema kuwa ni timu ambayo tunajivunia humu nchini, lakini tutakuwa tunaungana na Otwala aweze kutueleza vipusa hawa wameweza kutuletea nini kutoka kule kando na medali ambayo waliweza kuishinda. Kumbuka pia wataweza kushiriki katika Olimpiki ya mwaka 2020. Mbali na hayo, Mule, tutakuwa tunaangazia taarifa kuhusiana na nzige.
Naam.
Nasikia imefika paka kule kwetu mashinani, sijui itakuwa vipi, lakini
kwa kule sio utueleze. Nimesikia Mertigar Batula wameona ni panzi ama ni nzige wale.
Tutaweza kusikia waziri anasema vipi, lakini baadhi ya wakazi wanasema ni nzige. Tutaweza kujua tu hapo baadaye, lakini kwa sasa tuweza kuangazia taarifa hiyo ambapo waziri wa kilimo Mwangi Kiunjuri aliweza kusema kwamba serikali inahakikisha kuwa itakabiliana vikali na nzige.
Na waziri Kiunjuri alikuwa anazungumzia kaunti ambazo tayari zimeathiriwa hapa nchini, akisema kwamba atahakikisha kwamba hawa nzige wasambae katika kaunti nyingine, akiwataka Wakenya kutoa taarifa iwapo watawaona wadudu wote ambao wanawadhania kuwa ni panzi.
Mwanahabari wetu Nayoma Sampao amekuwa akifuatilia taarifa hiyo kwa karibu, tuweze kusikia mengi zaidi kutoka kwake.
Serikali imewahakikishia Wakenya kwamba nzige wanaovamia mimea na mashamba ya watu wataangamizwa ndani ya wiki 2 zijazo. Waziri wa kilimo Mwangi Kiunjuri amesema kwamba uhaba wa rasilimali umechangia katika kusuasua mapambano dhidi ya nzige waharibifu.
We had requested for 254 million. And we are lucky that today morning I had a discussion with FAO. And they promised that they are going to give us, by the end of the day, they have passed a budget of 50 million. And they are going to put more money in the course of the week.
Mkurugenzi wa taasisi ya Afrika Mashariki ya kukabiliana na nzige Stephen Joka pia aliwahakikishia wakazi wa sehemu zilizoathirika kwamba dawa inayotumiwa katika kuwaua nzige hao haina madhara kwa afya ya binadamu. Aidha, wanyama wanatakiwa kutokula nyasi ya sehemu zilizopigwa dawa kwa muda wa saa 12.
We are very keen on safety. The pesticides we use, we formulate it. It's particularly formulated to be ULV, ultra low volume spray. So we are releasing very little doses for long distances, but it's still very effective. ULV is ultra low volume spray of nitrathione, applied at half a liter per hectare, and it is very safe. Both, it just attacks the locust and is safe for the non-target, particularly human beings. So I can assure you it is a safe pesticide.
Wizara ya Kilimo imewasihi Wakenya kushirikiana na serikali katika kupambana na wadudu hao waharibifu. Wametoa nambari ya mawasiliano ya kuwawezesha Wakenya kutoa habari wanapoona wadudu kama nzige.
Na ile tugeuliza wananchi ni kuwa waangalifu masaa ya kutoka saa 10 jioni, saa 11, saa 12 mpaka saa 1. Ili waweze kujua ni mahali gani zimekuja, zimetua, na hapo ndizo watalala. Kwa sababu lazima tupambane na hawa kabla hawajaamka kwenda. Na ile saa mzuri sana ni kuanzisha saa 12 asubuhi mpaka saa 2 asubuhi. Mkiona mdudu wote ambaye mnafikiria ni locust, tafadhali mpige picha, weka kwa social media na itatufikia. Either social media wale watapata, at least tutamonitor hata sisi social media.
Wizara ya Kilimo imeweka tayari makundi ya wataalamu kuhakikisha nzige hawaingii katika kaunti jirani na zile zilizoathiriwa, huku gavana wa Tharaka Nithi Muthomi Njuki ambaye kaunti yake inapakana na Meru akielezea hofu yake na kuwataka wakulima kukaa macho.
Viongozi wa Mount Kenya pande hii, Meru County, Tharaka Nithi,
tuko na wasiwasi, lakini tumeanza kujipanga, kwa sababu huyo mnyama ni mbaya kiasi. Ikipita hapa saa hii tuko na mazao mingi hivi, utaamka asubuhi ufikirie umepotea.
Saa chache baada ya Waziri Kiunjuri kuwataka Wakenya kupiga picha za wadudu wanaofanana na nzige na kuweka katika mitandao ya kijamii, tayari masihara yamesheheni katika majukwaa mbalimbali. Lakini kubwa zaidi ni kuwa kaunti zilizoathirika wanangoja kuona iwapo adha ya nzige itaondoka ndani ya siku 14 kama ilivyoahidiwa. Nayoma Sampao, NTV, Nairobi.
Na mtazamaji, ni taarifa ambayo imeibua mjadala mkubwa katika mtandao wa kijamii. Wengi wanauliza watofautishaje panzi na nzige. Kuna mmoja hapa ambaye anaitwa nani huyu, Donald Juma, ambaye anazungumzia swala hilo. Pia Florence Mukuyu anasema nzige hao ni waajabu, wengine watakuwa wakipiga selfie. Kiunjuri anaulizwa na Nancy Nyaboke iwapo watu ambao hawana ajira wakipiga picha watakuwa wakilipwa iwapo atapatikana kwamba ni nzige. Kisha kuna mwingine hapa nani, Eunice Koefeld, anasema kwamba hela ambazo zimetengwa kwa shughuli hii ni nyingi mno, zinaweza kupunguzwa. Kisha nimalizie na Steve Washington ambaye anasema kwamba pesa hizo pia ni nyingi. Wengi wanasema kwamba hela ambazo zimetengewa swala hilo ni nyingi, lakini kumbuka kuwa kwamba nzige hawa pia ni hatari kwa masuala ya kuwepo kwa chakula cha kutosha humo nchini. Na sasa tukiangazia taarifa ambayo tulitokeza awali ya furaha kwa Wakenya ni kuwa timu ya taifa ya wanawake ya volleyball Malkia Strikers imewasili nchini dakika chache zilizopita kutoka Yaounde, Cameroon, ilikoshinda tiketi ya kushiriki Olimpiki baadaye mwaka huu.
Vipusa hawa chini yake kocha Paul Bitok walishinda mechi zoana zote, na sasa Kenya inarejea Olimpiki baada ya kukosa kushiriki tangu mwaka 2004. Sasa tukutane na Brian Otwal, mwanahabari wetu ambaye yuko katika uwanja wa ndege wa JKIA, atueleze yanayojiri kufikia sasa. Otwal?
Alright, tuko hapa katika uwanja wa JKIA, uwanja wa ndege wa JKIA, na tunaongoja timu ya kinadada ya volleyball Malkia Strikers ambao wamewasili kutoka Cameroon baada ya safari njema walipokuwa Cameroon katika mchuano wao kufuzu dimba Olimpiki ambayo itakuwa mwakani July, and wameshafuzu kwa mechi hiyo baada ya kushinda baadhi ya mechi zao. Waliwalaza Misri, wakawalaza wenyeji Cameroon, vile vile waliwalaza Botswana na Nigeria, na sasa wamefuzu, wamejikatia tikiti ya kushiriki Olimpiki, na ni timu ya tatu kufuzu Olimpiki baada ya timu ya kinadada wachezaji 7 kilo pande raga, vile vile wanaume vile vile pia kufuzu. Na sasa tunaongoja muda mchache watakuwa wanaondoka hapa nje, na majamaa na marafiki wamejiunga pia vile vile ili kuwakaribisha timu hiyo ikijumuika pamoja. Tukiangalia tu kuna baadhi hapa walikuwa wanauliza kama ni Miguna anaingia, lakini si Miguna. Ni timu ya taifa volleyball Malkia Strikers. Ukiangalia majamaa ndio hao wakiongojea wachezaji hao. Kwa sasa timu hiyo imefuzu kwa Olimpiki na sasa watarejea kushiriki Olimpiki kwa mara ya kwanza baada ya miaka 16. Mara ya mwisho walishiriki ilikuwa mwaka 2004, na sasa watakuwa wanarejea, na baadhi ya wachezaji walioshiriki Olimpiki waliweza kupata nafasi hiyo baada ya kujaribu mara 3 mwaka 2008, mwaka 2012, vile vile mwaka 2016, lakini hawakufaulu. Lakini sasa wakiwemo nahodha Massimo Ima ambaye amejikatia tikiti, na hao ni wazazi wake Sharon Chepchumba ambaye pia aliandikisha rekodi nzuri katika mashindano hayo na kujikatia tikiti ya Olimpiki. Tutakuwa tunazungumza nao baada ya muda mchache, lakini sasa timu ya taifa inatarajiwa hapa nje just a few minutes kutoka sasa, na watakuwa wanatuambia nini wamekuja nao. Tunaongojea kusikia, na wana raha, si mbwembwe tofauti na ile tumezoea kuona hapa uwanjani mbwembwe, lakini kwa sasa bado wanangojewa. Wakishatoka nje labda tutasikiza mbwembwe, lakini na tutawaeleza itakuwa vipi watakapotoka nje.
Na asante sana Brian Otwala, hakika furaha iliyoje kwa familia na pia Wakenya kwa jumla. Tunaendelea kuwapongeza vipusa hao wa Malkia Strikers wanapokuwa wakiingia. Mtazamaji, hakika Otwala atakuwa akikuletea picha hizo za moja kwa moja wakati ambapo watakuwa wakiwasili.
Tukisonga mbele ni kuwa mbunge wa Gatundu Kusini Moses Kuria usiku huu atalala korokoroni katika kituo cha polisi cha Kilimani hapa jijini Nairobi baada ya kukamatwa kutokana na tuhuma ya kumshambulia Joyce Wanja.
Wabunge wa mrengo wa naibu wa Rais William Ruto ambao walishindwa kufanikisha kuachiliwa kwake wamekashifu hatua hiyo wakisema na siasa nchini.
Mchana kutwa mbunge wa Gatundu Kusini Moses Kuria alishinda katika ofisi za maafisa upelelezi katika kituo cha polisi cha Kilimani, Nairobi, akiandikisha taarifa na kuhojiwa kuhusiana na madai ya kumpiga mwanamke Joyce Wanja tarehe 8 Disemba mwaka uliopita. Majasusi walimkamata Kuria mtaani Westlands.
Kanipiga ngumi, nikaanguka nikasaidiwa na wenzangu.
Mwanamke huyo anadai kuwa baada ya kushiriki pamoja na Kuria katika kipindi cha mahojiano cha runinga, Kuria alimpiga ngumi na kumwangusha chini pale alipojaribu kumkosoa. Lakini Kuria katika taarifa yake anadai kuwa yeye ndiye aliyedhulumiwa. Na baada ya kuhojiwa siku nzima, Kuria alitupwa korokoroni na sasa atasalia rumande wikendi hii. Baadhi ya wabunge wa mrengo wa Tangatanga walipiga kambi hapo wakitaka Kuria aachiliwe bila mafanikio. Wanashikilia kuwa Kuria anahangaishwa kutokana na msimamo wake dhidi ya serikali kuhusiana na swala la BBI na kujihusisha na naibu wa rais William Ruto.
He has shared messages with other members of parliament. He has shared messages with other members of parliament on the apparent threats of him being threatened that he shall not be allowed, and by whatever means they will not allow him to go back to the William Ruto camp.
Wakimuondoa katika kituo hiki cha polisi, watampeleka katika mahakama gani? Mahakama ile moja ambao hawa vibaraka wamekataa kufuata na kukubali Miguna arudi nchini, ama wako na mahakama yao Kangaroo Court?
Mimi mlikuwa mmenishika, mlinitisha. Moses Kuria mumemshika mara mingi. Mnafikiria hii moja ndio itamtisha? Yeye amekuwa jela mara mingi. Hata ni yeye chairman wetu ambao wamefungwa jela mara mingi. Me, I'm just an intern. Moses Kuria is the chairman.
Kuria ambaye ameapa kusimama imara anadai kuwa aliwasilisha malalamishi yake kuhusiana na madai hayo katika kituo hicho cha polisi tarehe 10 Disemba mwaka uliopita, huku Wanja akiripoti malalamishi yake tarehe 12 Disemba mwaka uliopita, lakini polisi hawakuchukua hatua. Baadhi ya wabunge waliojaribu kufanikisha kuachiliwa kwa Moses Kuria bila mafanikio wameapa kupiga kambi hapa usiku, wakihofia huenda Moses Kuria akahamishwa kutoka kituo hiki mwendo wa usiku. Vincent Odur, NTV, Nairobi.
Na mbali na hayo ni kuwa mkuu wa sheria Kihara Kariuki ametakiwa kufika mahakamani tarehe 13 mwezi huu kueleza ni kwa nini serikali imekuwa ikipuuza maagizo ya mahakama kuwa Miguna anafaa kurejea nchini bila vikwazo vyovyote.
Wakati huo huo, kinara wa ODM Raila Odinga amevunja kimya chake kuhusu sarakasi za Miguna, akisema yeye hamuogopi wakili huyo kama anavyodai na anafaa kuruhusiwa kurejea nchini. Mwanahabari wetu Mel Mendo na taarifa hiyo.
Sarakasi kuhusu ujio wa Miguna zinaendelea licha ya wakili huyo kuzuiwa kurejea nchini. Wakili wake John Haminwa hajakata tamaa, anaendelea kupigana kwa jino na ukucha kwa kutumia mihili ya kisheria kuhakikisha mteja wake anapata haki yake ya kurejea nchini. Anaamini wakati huu serikali itatii agizo la punde la mahakama, ikizingatiwa kuwa imepuuza msururu wa maagizo kutoka kotini kuitaka imruhusu Miguna kurejea nchini bila vikwazo. Katika agizo la leo, Jaji John Mativo amemtaka mwanasheria mkuu Kihara Kariuki kufika mbele ya mahakama kueleza ni kwa nini serikali imekuwa ikipuuza maamuzi na maagizo ya mahakama kuhusu uhuru wa Miguna kurejea nchini.
This is a proper case for this court to flex its muscles and exercise its inherent jurisdiction and grant orders, first to defend the Constitution itself and also to defend the rule of law. In this regard, I direct the Honorable Attorney General or a senior representative from his office to attend this court.
Mativo amesema kuwa ni mkuu wa sheria, mshauri mkuu mwandamizi wa serikali au afisa mwingine mkuu wa serikali anayefaa kueleza ni kwa nini Miguna hajaruhusiwa kurejea nchini.
One core value of the rule of law is obedience of court orders. These values are not put there for cosmetic purposes.
Na kuhusu swala la pasipoti ya Miguna inayoshikiliwa na serikali,
it is therefore upon the petition to move the relevant government agencies and apply to be issued with a new generation passport. If not, if he possesses other traveling documents, he can use those documents. We believe he has a Canadian passport. Can you use that passport to come to Kenya? We will facilitate his re-entry.
The position is very clear. The state made an order that Miguna can even enter using his own ID card. He does not have to enter using a passport at all.
Kesi itaendelea tarehe 13 mwezi huu ambapo serikali itatakiwa kutoa majibu kuhusu msimamo wake katika swala la ujio wa Miguna nchini. Wakati huo huo, kinara wa ODM Raila Odinga amezungumzia masaibu ya Miguna akipinga kauli za wakili huyo amehusika kumzuia kurejea nchini. Odinga amesema hakuna anayemwogopa Miguna na yuko huru kurejea nchini. Mel Miendo, NTV.
Dakika zimekatika 15 baada ya saa 1 kamili saa za Afrika Mashariki. Mtazamaji, tunatamatisha awamu ya kwanza ya NTV jioni. Tutakaporejea taarifa zaidi, usiondoke.
Simba Corporation is a very diversified business group. We started this business as a used car dealer, so we were owning 50% of AVA. Up to 2017. We needed to acquire the balance of the 50%. We needed financing of $8 million. Barclays was very fast in coming up with a solution. It is not only
importation, which is benefiting locals here.
For us in corporate investment banking, we partner with our customers to help them bring their possibilities to life. And as we transition into ABSA, it's a strength that will continue to underpin the way we do business with our clients, by ensuring that we are not only solutioning for the corporate customers we serve, but their entire ecosystems.
Did you know that Downy Concentrate softens and freshens 2.5 more clothes per litre than the leading fabric softener? It's more concentrated, so use only 1/3 of a cap.
Selector. More slices na bei ni ile ile.
Hatutakuwa tukipotezeana muda rafiki yangu.
Akili yangu ina mambo mengi bwana.
Sasa hiyo akili yenye mambo mengi ndio ingefanya kazi haraka haraka iyapunguze na kuyaondoa.
Hoteli imeamua kwamba itafuta kazi wafanyikazi wote walioanza kazi karibuni. Kisha baadaye itatujulisha kama itafuta kazi wafanyikazi walioanza kazi kitambo.
Aha, shamba wenyewe macho meupe kama msiokuwa na haya. Mwaiuza. Hamkakutana nao kwa mnadani?
Aliyekuambia shamba itauzwa mnadani ni nani?
Angelikuwa ni mtoto wangu mimi, usingenilaumu. Sonia aambiliki.
Lakini mtoto hukunjwa akali mbichi.
Huyu wako amekauka.
We are the Cooperative Bank. We are you.
Unatazama NTV jioni.
Naam, karibu tena mtazamaji na shukrani kwa kuendelea kutazama NTV jioni. Tukisonga mbele ni kuwa wingu la huzuni lilitanda kijijini Poror Eldama Ravine katika kaunti ya Baringo katika mazishi ya pamoja ya vijana 5 waliofariki kwenye ajali ya barabarani tarehe mosi mwezi huu. Maelfu ya waombolezaji walikusanyika wakiwemo waziri wa maji Simon Chelugui, gavana wa Baringo Stanley Kiptis, mwakilishi mwanamke wa Baringo Gladwell Cheriot, mbunge wa Ravine Moses Lesonet miongoni mwa wengine.
Viongozi hao wameonya wakazi dhidi ya kuweka picha kuhusu ajali kwenye mtandao wa kijamii bila kujali familia, akisema picha za ajali hiyo zilisambazwa kabla ya jamaa za marehemu kujua kuhusu. Watano hao walipoteza maisha usiku wa kuamkia tarehe mosi Januari, muda mchache baada ya kukaribisha mwaka mpya, baada ya gari walilokuwa wakisafiria aina ya Nissan Wing Road kukosa mwelekeo na kuanguka mtaroni katika eneo la Kabunyonyi katika kaunti ama katika barabara ya Poror kuelekea Eldoret. Peter Mugure, mshukiwa mkuu katika mauaji ya aliyekuwa mkewe Joyce Yumbua na wanawe wawili Shanice Maua na Prince Michael, hii leo amekanusha mashtaka ya mauaji ya watatu hao yanayomkabili Mugure.
Mugure alifika mbele ya Jaji Jairus Nga na baada ya kusomewa mashtaka alitaka kuzungumza kuhusu swala linalomtatiza. Hata hivyo, Jaji Nga alidai kuwa masuala hayo yataangaziwa kesi itakapokuwa ikisikilizwa. Badala yake, Mugure akakanusha mashtaka hayo. Nga vilevile alisema kuwa upande wa mashtaka utoe taarifa za mashahidi kwa mawakili wa Mugure.
Mshukiwa amekuwa akizuiliwa na polisi kwa zaidi ya mwezi mmoja sasa, pamoja na mshukiwa pili Collins Pamba, huku kesi yake ikikaribishwa ama ikiahirishwa mara ya tatu kwa ukosefu wa ripoti ya uchunguzi wa kiakili kutoka kwa madaktari. Kesi hiyo itasikizwa tena tarehe 23 mwezi huu.
Na mwanahabari wa runinga ya K24 Anjli Gamvi amefariki hii leo katika hospitali ya Aga Khan Nairobi alikokuwa akitibiwa. Akithibitisha kifo chake, mkurugenzi mkuu wa K24 Peter Opondo amemwomboleza Gamvi kama mwanahabari aliyetia bidii kazini.
Mwanahabari huyo amekuwa akiugua saratani kwa muda. Alisafiri India mwaka 2015 kwa ajili ya matibabu zaidi. Wanahabari mbalimbali wamemwomboleza Anjli kupitia jumbe za rambirambi kwenye mitandao ya kijamii, wengi wakimtaja kama shakhsia aliyeleta mageuzi makubwa katika tasnia ya wanahabari. Idadi ya Wakenya wanaougua saratani imekuwa ikiongezeka kwa kasi katika miaka ya hivi karibuni.
Na hakika nasi hapa tunatakia faraja familia yake, wanahabari wa K24 na wanahabari wote, manake tumempoteza mojawapo wa wanahabari aliyekuwa akitekeleza majukumu yake ipasavyo. Na mbali na hayo ni kuwa shule ya msingi ya Kikunuani iliyoko kaunti ya Machakos imefungwa kufuatia ukosefu wa vyoo.
Kwingineko, maafisa wa polisi katika kaunti ya Kiambu wamefanikiwa kunasa na kuharibu bidhaa bandia zenye thamani ya shilingi milioni 8. Kwa hizi na taarifa ni nyingine ni kupitia mkusanyiko wa matukio majimboni.
Siku mbili baada ya NTV kuangazia hali ya majengo katika shule ya msingi ya Kikunuani iliyoko eneo la Kathiani, kaunti ya Machakos, serikali kupitia Wizara ya Afya imefunga shule hiyo kwa sababu ya ukosefu wa vyoo. Hii ni baada ya ukuta wa vyoo vilivyobaki kuonyesha dalili za nyufa, ishara kwamba hali ya usalama wa wanafunzi iko hatarini. Wanafunzi wa shule hiyo wameachwa njia panda kwani hawakupewa nafasi katika shule mbadala kuendelea na masomo. Huko Trans Nzoia, maafisa wa huduma za misitu nchini leo walifika katika kituo cha polisi cha Kiminini na kuzua taharuki. Hii ni baada ya kukisiwa kwamba kulikuwa na njama ya kuficha magunia 170 ya makaa pamoja na lori lililotumika kuyasafirisha. Wamesema ilikuwa ni njia ya kuficha ushahidi uliotarajiwa kuonyeshwa katika mahakama ya Kitale. KFS imewalaumu baadhi ya maafisa wa polisi kwa kushirikiana na wafisadi na wahalifu ambao huendeleza biashara haramu ya makaa na ambao wanadai wamelemaza juhudi za kupambana na uharibifu wa misitu. Kwengineko, maafisa wa polisi wameendeleza msako dhidi ya bidhaa bandia katika kaunti ya Kiambu. Polisi wamefanikiwa kunasa na kuharibu bidhaa bandia zenye thamani ya shilingi milioni 8. Miongoni mwa bidhaa zilizoharibiwa ni mashine za kucheza kamari, zaidi ya misokoto 100 ya bangi, zaidi ya lita 100 za chang'aa miongoni mwa bidhaa zingine. Kamishna wa eneo la Kati amesema polisi wamefanikiwa kutia mbaroni baadhi ya washukiwa, lakini wanaendeleza msako dhidi ya waliotoweka. Katika kaunti ya Homa Bay, kamati imebuniwa ili kushughulikia na kutatua mizozo ya mashamba katika eneo la Kendu Bay. Wajane kunyimwa haki za umiliki mashamba na wakwe zao ni miongoni mwa kesi ambazo kamati hiyo itaangazia. Kamati hiyo pia itaendeleza majukumu yake katika kaunti za Kisii, Nyamira na Migori. Grace Karanja, NTV.
Viongozi kutoka eneo la Nyanza wamekutana katika kaunti ya Kisii kujadili mapendekezo ya ripoti ya BBI.
Viongozi hao wakiongozwa na kinara wa ODM Raila Odinga wamependekeza kura ya maamuzi kufanyika haraka ili mwananchi atoe kauli yake ya mwisho kuhusiana na ripoti hiyo. Hata hivyo, naibu rais amepuuzilia mbali vikao vya kujadili ripoti ya BBI akisema huo ni utumizi mbaya wa rasilimali za umma.
Najigambo nasema tio uchumi ndio iko nini hii BBI yaongea juu ya mambo ya uchumi nini leo hajasoma. Anapiga kifua lakini hajasoma. Hii BBI imepima na imeweka kila kitu pale wazi. Imebaki tu kutekeleza. Na tumesema tunataka watu wote wawe ndani yake. Hakuna hata mtu mmoja tunabagua. Kwa hiyo wale ambao wanajitenga wanaanza kupinga shauri yao.
Sasa kama kila Mkenya amekubali mambo ya BBI, kampeni hii yote inafanywa ni kampeni ya nini? Ama ni kampeni ya kutafuta vile ya kufuja pesa ya serikali? What is the campaign about?
Na mtazamaji, tukiwacha mjadala huu wa BBI tunao mapumzikoni, tunarejea na taarifa za sport.
APU offers international students opportunities to study at an affordable cost. APU is recognized for its commitment in offering top-notch digital technology courses. For free application services, contact our local representative or visit their offices in Nairobi and Mombasa.
Selector. More slices na bei ni ile ile.
We are the Cooperative Bank. We are you.
This festive season, get a decoder with subscription at an unbelievable festive offer of only 1,499 shillings. Children can enjoy amazing cartoons on Nickelodeon, while for women, great soaps and drama on Novella E+ and Rambo TV. For men, it's Arsenal and Manchester United. You can also pay 1 month and enjoy 2 weeks free on a higher bouquet. For more information, call 0719 077 077.
Star Times. Enjoy digital life.
Karibu tena mtazamaji, sasa tufanye za spoti. Kunatarajiwa kuwa na upinzani mkali katika kitengo cha mwanamichezo bora mwanamke katika tuzo za Soya, huku wanariadha tajika wakitajwa katika orodha ya wanawake 5 bora. Mshikilizi wa rekodi ya wanawake ya mbio za kuruka viunzi na maji Beatrice Chepkoech alishinda dhahabu katika mbio za dunia Doha na pia kashinda taji huku katika mbio za ligi kuu ya Almasi. Kwa upande wake Helen Obiri alishinda dhahabu katika mbio za dunia za nyika na kisha kumaliza msimu kwa kushinda dhahabu ya mbio za dunia za mita 1500. Bridget Kosgei alivunja rekodi ya dunia marathon ambayo ilikuwa imedumu kwa miaka 16 aliposhinda mbio za marathon za Chicago. Orodha hii ya wanawake 5 pia inajumuisha Ruth Chepngetich aliyeshinda dhahabu katika marathon katika mbio za dunia na wa Miakambe Evelyn Owala. Hafla hii itafanyika Mombasa tarehe 24 mwezi huu. Timu ya taifa ya michezo ya raga kwa vijana wasiozidi miaka 20 Chipu inazidi kuunda makali wanapojiandaa kutetea kombe lao la Bathurst. Kikosi hiki cha wachezaji 40 kiliteuliwa baada ya vipindi vya majaribio vilivyofanyika Jumapili iliyopita. Timu hii chini ya uongozi wa mkufunzi Paul Odera inapata mazoezi ya kusisimua msuli na ile ya kutuliza mwili kabla ya mashindano haya. Baadhi ya wachezaji waliochaguliwa ni kama Ian Njenga, Dominic Coulson na Andrew Matoka. Iwapo Chipu itatetea taji lao, ilitawakilisha bara la Afrika katika mashindano ya dunia ya raga vijana chipukizi yatakaokuwa nchini Uhispania mwezi wa Septemba. Atletico Madrid ilinyakua Barcelona mabao 3-2 na huku ni taarifa ambayo tutakuwa tunaifuatilia, lakini kwa sasa tuweze kupata picha hizo za moja kwa moja.
Welcome to NTV today. You are just in time. The live link will be done by Muledan, and sports has a lot to be shown. And Sean Cardovillis
keeping you up to date with all you need to know as and when it happens.
It's not been a very good morning in the country. We've had a very grisly accident.
In clear context to all the relevant issues.
Reacquire the property they've gotten with our looted money and save this country for my child and daughter Teko and the many children.
From our studios to the ground where the action is live.
Misuse of funds.
Majiri wakati wa kutamatisha taarifa zetu hapo kwenye NTV jioni, na wengi tu wanazungumzia swala la nzige wakisema kwamba zinafaa kupigwa vita kabla ya kuingia maeneo mengi nchini, na kuna baadhi ambao wanazungumzia swala kuhusiana na kifo cha mwanahabari wa K24 ambaye tulifurusha, wakitakia faraja familia yake na ulimwengu mzima wa wanahabari. Mimi Daniel Mule la ziada sina na kutakia usiku mwema, lakini kumbuka vipindi vyetu vipo vingi tu, endelea kutazama.
Mimi ni Kaltun Jama, mfasiri wetu wa lugha ya ishara alikuwa ni David Agondoa. Tunakutakia utazamaji mwema.
This is NTV.
We've been walking a journey to give you a new cooking solution. Maisha ni okay. Maisha ni Coco. Just move to the next level with My Network. We invite you for a career fair to be held on 17th and 18th January 2020 at KICC from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. The theme is Careers for the Future. Please join us and interact with career guides, industry experts, universities, and tertiary institutions. There will be lots of fun, games, entertainment, and cool prizes to be won. Entry is absolutely free. For more information, call 0707 871 918 or email projects@ke.nationmedia.com. See you there.
Can I be free? Relax and take it easy. We only get one life, so live your life. Oh, fire, you know I'm right.
In the country.
Someone donating their hat to Bernard Ojwang there.
No matter what you do, you can't please people. I tried it too many times before. Them only smile, them turn round, judge me. Some even push me to the floor. Cause if you make them mislead you, you won't go sorry when them don't.
Teen Republic, in association with Fanta.
We are the Cooperative Bank. We are you.
The following program has been rated PG. It may contain scenes unsuitable for children under the age of 10. This is NTV.
Hello and welcome to yet another classic episode of the Weekend Edition. I'm Dr. Kingori. Our guest for this episode is arguably one of the most daring Kenyans in history.
Lakini baada nashukuru Mwenyezi Mungu, askari mwenye aliingia anaitwa Peter Madheka. Nadhani hajawahi patana na maiti ikiwa serious. Aliingia kufungua hivi, kwenda kuleta kicho, tukakutana yeye niki.
He has been described as one of the best guests ever to feature, the best guests to ever feature on the Wicked Edition. We have retweeted him due to public demand, but most importantly, his relevance to the topic we are focusing on tonight. John Kibera is in the house. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Asanteni sana. We also have an in-depth report by our guestwork CEO, that is our reporter Kinyanjui, on what happened at Roysambu. But before we get to that part of the show, before we get to that part of the show, the question of who runs this town this week got a new twist and possibly a new angle. A Kenyatta University student has been entered into the Guinness Book of Records for the shortest time to cover 100 meters, and the record was saved in his phone gallery and was later shared on Twitter. This happened during the protest by KU students over alleged injustices by the school administration. But one thing you've got to give to this comrade here is that evidently he's a fast learner. Yes. But come to think of it, getting to a level where you have to do a live broadcast, ndio mzazi ya kuprocess kitu kama transport allowance. The trust levels must be so low. Imagine sending your mom a text, ati mom sijakula for 2 days, nitumie hata so 2, alafu reply inakam, uko na video tuone. Really? The trust levels must be so low. Haters have claimed that this is the first time fare imeitishwa na mbio equivalent na ile ukulwa nayo. In other news, Governor Mike Sonko has ordered that all City Hall staff start wearing suits from Mondays to Thursdays. Moving forward, this ndio new look ya Kanjo. For real. Haters have claimed that Governor ni kama amegundua tabia za Kanjo ni same na za watu wako parliament. They are both always accused of stealing from poor Kenyans, but Kenyans don't complain as much about MPs as they do wakibiwa na Kanjo. Moral of the story is exactly. Mimi nangoja sana kuona mtu akiingia na suti kwa hii gari vile atatoka ikikaa. For real. Now it was this year actually, Christmas arrived prematurely for some Kenyans on Thika Road after a beer truck tipped over at the Roysambu roundabout. Our reporter Kinyanjui has more details on that and other highlights of the week.
This past Saturday at the Roysambu roundabout, a lorry filling alcohol ama ukipeta juice ya watu wazima ama konki liquidi kwa watu wa Instagram fell down, aka underwent induced parking. As far as Thika Road traffic was concerned that day, the bottleneck was not in Gara, it was in Roysambu. But that's not the news. The news is the professionalism by which the drunkards carried themselves during that incident. Some, like this gentleman, alionekana akiomba polisi ruhusa ya kuiba. Talk about law-abiding citizens. Our guesswork favorite, however, was a gentleman who won our hearts for his creativity after he was spotted inquiring whether he could feign the well-attended event, and here's somewhere else professionalism came through. Not all the drunkards scrabbled for the beer. Watu wa Makari wali boycott. In fact, they stood by their slogan, anything below 95% concentration ni chai. The drinks were available on thirst come, thirst served basis. Some of the participants also exhibited high levels of selflessness, like Ninja Man ambaye aliingia kwa lori na kutoka na chupa zake 2, moja ya kuogea kizungu, nyingine ya kuogea matope. Mwingine kama huyo alibeba crate moja kwa mfuko. He however later explained that alikuwa na urgent matter that needs to be taken care of. Alikuwa anaenda kutukana mudosi. He could have done it earlier, but he could not afford it. As it turns out, beer is expensive as explained by one of his brothers in high places.
Unasikia ni lini tungekunywa pombe kama hii? Pombe kama hii tungewahi kunywa. Mimi napataka 200 kwa siku.
Esteemed members of the Kenya Drunkards Association justified their involvement with the following submissions.
Mbona gari ya petroli ikaanguka gari ya pombe? Ndio maana ni Mungu ameleta.
One of the biggest losers in the exercise, apart from the beer company of course, was this gentleman ambaye alinyang'anywa pombe life. Na duru za guessworks zimetuarifu kwamba members of the Steam Circle of Roysabu suspected kwamba yeye ni mlevi badia, sababu baada ya kuiba chupa zake kadhaa alirudi kwa lori kuuliza kama kuna straw. The cause of the accident has not yet been established, but as far as guesswork is concerned, it is case closed, sababu kuna pombe na gari imeanguka. Representing the guesswork fraternity on the weekend edition, guess who? Now, I'm not expert in body language, but a common belief among people, a common belief people have in communication is that if your palm itches, kisikia kujikuna hii mkono hapa katikati, there's some money coming your way, as in you're guaranteed utapata pesa. This one is actually almost convincing, but then again, unataka kuniambia wase wote wa Githurai wajaiji kuna mkono. Au jikuna mkono za wenyewe. I get the difference. For real. This is just one of the popular ones. Kuna zingine kama ati wasichana hawafai kupanda miti ati they will not be able to bear children. This has to be the most ironical. For real. For real. The Daily Nation recently carried a story about a mountain in Voi inaitwa Naamini. According to the area residents, wanasema if you go around that mountain 7 times, your gender changes, as in if you are a man, you become a woman, and the vice versa is true. I think Ringtone alizunguka hii milima mara 3 wakati ya katikati. For real. On a serious note though, as much as we make fun of Ringtone, kolabo yake na Rose Muhando ni fire. Meicheki? Maze inaitwa Walionicheka. Look it up on YouTube. Anyway, nilikuwa hapo kwa my beliefs. There's very many examples I can give. Kuna ingine ati if you hit a Nigerian man with a broom, they will have to hit you back with that broom 7 times or else they will not have children. That sounds like a classic family planning technique. And someone needs to do something about the Nigerian broom industry. How did they get to 190 million people? Kuna ingine tena in Chile, they believe that when a woman gets her clothes wet while washing, she will end up with a drunkard for a husband. Haters have claimed that that would explain why we don't hear of drunkard husbands in Ukambani. For real. Haters wanasema ati Ukambani watu wafuangi wao wanika tu nguo. Hizi vitu ni mob. Tusambazie zenye sijataja. Use hashtag The Wicked Edition, Dr_Kingori on Twitter and Instagram. Those are my handles. Dr. Kingori on Facebook. Now, just this week actually, hata before niendelee, following the unfortunate event ya Likoni Ferry, the family of the victims had been asked by elders from the coastal communities to slaughter a goat, among other things, to appease the gods of the ocean so that they can find their kin. Now, people who believe in and people believe in that, by the way. People who believe in superstitions have examples of why they believe in them, while others rubbish them. Rubbish the beliefs as illusions made to scare people or to give them hope. Kwanza kuna ile moja famous tulikuwa tunaambiwa tukigrow, ati mtu akisimama kando yako anakunyonya damu. Kai. Na kuna ingine pia ati ukivaa sweater ya red kukinyesha utapigwa na radi. What is true and what is not? Is it tradition or is it religion? The subject on our show tonight is superstitions, and our guest for tonight has dared to go beyond them. He is a reformed grave robber. John Kibera joins me on the other end of this break, so see you guys in a bit.
APU offers international students opportunities to study at an affordable cost. APU is recognized for its commitment in offering top-notch digital technology courses. For free application services, contact our local representative or visit their offices in Nairobi and Mombasa.
It feels good, Coca-Cola and food, Monday to Sunday. We're all chasing taste. Let's just grab a bite, the excuse to drink Coca-Cola. Every single day. So we feel forever be real, together stay free, whatever ends. No, we can't stop, we wanna taste the feeling. Nothing can ever bring us down. Taste the feeling.
PesaLink is the cheapest way to send and receive money instantly into your bank account, anytime, anywhere. Use PesaLink today in 3 easy steps. Step 1. Select PesaLink on your bank app or USSD. Step 2. Select either send to phone or send to account. Step 3. Input the phone number or account number to send money to and confirm the transaction. PesaLink. Easy, affordable, instant.
This festive season, get a decoder with subscription at an unbelievable festive offer of only 1,499 shillings. Children can enjoy amazing cartoons on Nickelodeon, while for women, great soaps and drama on Novella E+ and Rambo TV. For men, it's Arsenal and Manchester United. You can also pay 1 month and enjoy 2 weeks free on a higher bouquet. For more information, call 0719 077 077.
Star Times. Enjoy digital life.
Out. It's my summer, got my squad. We go harder, we got a little bit of feel good now. It's my better, that's my flavor. All I wanna do, all I wanna do, that's what it is true. All I wanna, let's have a little bit of feel good now. Be myself, that's my secret. Stop and chill, best believe it. This is the weekend, so we're getting down. Let's have a little bit of better, that's my flavor.
Welcome back to the Weekend Edition. I'm Dr. Kingori. Kama kawaida nishawambia na the good thing inanibamba sana ni msha to trust. We have a classic show lined up for you. Leo tunataka kuongea story ya superstitions. Na the good thing ni hizi vitu ni mob, siwezi taja zote. So if there is any tumekosa kutaja, please let us know. Furnish us with the information. Use hashtag The Weekend Edition. Handle zangu ni Dr_Kingori on Twitter na Instagram, Dr. Kingori on Facebook. Na guest wetu wa leo nimesema due to public demand tumemleta tena, alafu coincidentally he also is very relevant kwa subject yenye tuna discuss leo. John Kibera is in the house. Mambo karibu sana.
Asante.
Karibu sana.
Nashukuru.
Aya. Alafu I also came up with a decision yenye tulifanya rather last minute. One of our guests, our audience members, one of the most consistent, amekam kwa shows almost I think from the time we started the Weekend Edition. Turns out tuki-explain story ya hii nini superstitions, turns out he's an expert in supernatural. Sawa. John, yes. Mambo?
Niko salama.
Poa sana, karibu tena kwa show. Mara ya pili.
Asante.
Long time.
Long time, niko salama.
Haya.
Nashukuru.
Sawa. Nilikuwa very interested kukuleta kwa show about history ya superstitions, hizo beliefs, kwa sababu tuseme kama story yako yenye wasee walienjoy sana, you can catch the show on YouTube. Ilikuwa ni auogopi. Watu wanaogopanga. In fact, last time ulikuwa hapa, ulikuwa unasema wakati mlikuwa kwa hiyo contract yako ya kitambo, ulikuwa unasema amkuwa mnaiba kwa graves za Waluya na watu wa Western.
Ndio.
So technically una believe hizo mavitu watu uogopa zi happen.
Zinakuaga. Mimi nimewahi kuwa siku moja nimeenda kutoa jeneza Kisumu huko Homa Bay.
Sema outsourcing.
Sasa nilipokuwa katika hiyo shughuli zangu, tukatetemeka kwa kaburi sana. Kawa ni kutetemeka. Sasa ikabidi ya kwamba tumeshindwa kuondoka pale. Sasa ilibidi mzee mmoja wa Kijaluo akakuja pale. Ndiye akakuja akatuambia mmeshikwa na tumeshikwa na spirits ambazo auzioni lakini natetemekea pale.
Okay.
Sasa ilibidi wakatupiga fine. Tukubali kutoa fine ndio wakatupaka mafuta. Na hiyo kitu ikatuachilia.
Na mkatoka.
Na tukatoka. Hii pia Kisii pia. Nimewahi fanyikiwa
hivyo. Kisii pia ni mabadman.
Hizo beliefs ziko. Na si beliefs ni ukweli. Pia hata kwa Waluya pia ni hivyo.
Our expert in supernatural affairs, I kulikuwa nasema wewe umesikia experiences za watu wametokwa na sijui ni mnyama kwa kichwa. Hizo story ni stories za unapigia huyu jamaa unapatana nayo ama ni stories za ukweli?
Hizo ni story real. Mngekuwa na time tuseme season tuseme wale watiriki wanatairi ndio vitu kama hizo most to happen. Kama kuna incidents fulani naikumbuka place inaitwa Majengo huko Mbale. Kuna polisi alimwaga hiyo pombe yao. Alirogwa akatembea uchi kutoka Majengo hadi place mbali karibu 10 kilometers. Hadi baba yake akalipa ng'ombe ndo akarudishwa sawa. Kuna hata kuanga na hata kitu tu simple. Kuna hii ugonjwa inakuanga hapa kwa ulimi. Huwa tunaita sijui haina jina ya kizungu inaitwanga buhindi.
I think naelewa kwa nini Kibera anaogopa Waluya, but endelea.
Hiyo ugonjwa wanasemanga sana wanashukungu even though inakuanga narrative false ati wale kuna mama wazee fulani wao wanashuku ati wanatupa buhindi ama wengine itanga vigumba. Sasa hiyo ni ukipeleka hospitali utibiwe udungwe shindano utakufa. Lazima utibiwe na jiko ingine yani na jivu ingine traditional. Ukipeleka hospitali tu udungwe sindano unakufa. Kuna watu wamefanyia operation na watu wamepata mawe kwa tumbo.
Na hizi vitu hazikuangi karata kwa sababu kama sahi watu walikuwa naamini ati yeye unaweza oshwa mguu tuseme kama ile permanganate. Uchawi ni complicated. Si ndio?
Uchawi iko.
But sasa superstitions ni uchawi ama ni kitu separate? Kama kuamka na mguu mbaya.
Unajua kuamka kwa mtu pia kunategemea ule mtu mmekutana naye asubuhi. Kuna mtu anaweza kupatana naye asubuhi akuletee kisirani mzima. Kwa hivyo hata unapoamka mwenye mnakutana naye wa kwanza asubuhi unachunga sasa ni nani sana.
How would you explain kama sahi ulikuwa unanipigia story ya wewe ati mkigrow up mlikuwa mnaambiwa ati ukiamka ufanye nguo hivi hiyo ni kismat mbaya. Ni juu ya kuamini hiyo kitu sana.
Unajua what you believe is what you possess. Na ile mambo ambayo uta believe hiyo ndio utakuwa naye.
Hamkuwa mnapatana na hizo kisirani za kawaida kama kukutana na huo mzee?
Nimepatana. Unajua kama hiyo maiti mimi nilikuwa na deal nayo wakati huo, nimepatana na mambo mengi sana ya kama ni kuna siku moja nimeshinda kushika maiti hapa Mayo ikisafirishwa Kisumu. Hiyo maiti ilikatalia kabisa ikataa kutoka. Najaribu kuitoa pale kwa kile ikakataa, ilibidi nitoroke. Wewe ikakataa. Ikabidi sasa unatoroka. Ilibidi sasa nitoroke.
Hiyo ni hasara.
Hiyo ni hasara. Hiyo nitoroke. Sasa kwenda kulala, hiyo beliefs ndani inaanza kukufuata. Unaona kwa mfano Mjaluo, huwezi huwa Mjaluo na uende mazishi yake. Hiyo maiti huwezi kubali kuzikwa. Hiyo maiti inaliaga mpaka wajue kenye kilime happen.
Ukiwa hapo sasa watu wanafaa kujua ideally mwenye aliwa huo msee ako hapo.
Wewe lazima watajua.
Ike, hizo stories za wasee kwenda final journey ati mzee amekwama ati hataki kwenda ushago. You really believe in that? Unajua wasee wanaweza sema ati superstitions ni za msee labda hajasoma high level of education. Wewe ni mzito wa kampo bana.
Unajua the fact that kuna the good, lazima kuna the evil. Na before hizi vitu zote zikuje, we were Africans na tulikuwa na vitu zetu, beliefs zetu. Sasa bado tuko nazo. Kama hiyo maiti kama I had my uncle. Mwenye maiti walifika mochari hapa mochari wakapata wamepita wameenda mbele, walikuwa wanampeleka Western. Wamepita wameenda mbele just because kulikuwa na mtu alikuwa kwa gari mwenye wako anasikilizana naye akikuwa hai. The same thing unaonanga hata mtu akikufa wanasemanga ufuate zile vitu alisema. Kama kuna wengine anasemanga unizike kwa bibi wangu wa kwanza, wewe ukijifanya mzike kwa bibi wa pili, atakataa hata songa. hizo vitu happen. Gari iko sawa completely, wanacheck kila kitu, but lazima kuna mtu, hata kuna wale wa mama wazee wanasemanga wao ndo wanakujanga wana slap maiti, wanaambia release watu. So sasa gari inaanza kutembea. Ni kweli.
John wewe ni pastor pia.
Unajua watu wengi wapendai kuwa openary. Mimi ni pastor. Lakini mimi nakuwa pastor ambaye nimeyokoka 80%. Nimebakisha 20% ya kuangalia vile hali inakaa na vile dunia. Sasa mimi si pastor, ati utanishinda ukinipata ati kwa kanisa. Natembea mpaka mahali makahaba wanakaa.
Na uko na kanisa yako? So inamaanisha 8 out of 10 Sundays ndio wewe upreach kwa church yako.
Sunday, lakini siku nyingine kuingia mashimoni kuangalia vile hali inakaa, unaingia huko unaona vile inakaa. Juu sasa usipoingia uangalie, ni makosa sana kuhubiri Bible, ni kuhubirie mambo ya Rahabu alikuwa na Marama wako hapa River Road. Ni makosa sana simama hapa niweza kuambia story, mambo ya Musa, mambo ya Haroni, mambo ya Jacob.
Auogopi Yesu atarudi ukiwa umeingia hiyo pande ya 20%?
Hapana. Lazima ukae ukijua ya kwamba lazima tuna learn na ile mambo ambayo tunapitia in this world.
So umeokoka 80%, ingine ni ya uchawi.
Ingine ni ya kuangalia vile hali inakaa ya dunia. Lazima unapita unajua huyu mtu ni mchawi, uchawi unaendaga namna gani. Unajua ule ni mwizi anavibaka namna gani.
John Kibera ni pastor, lakini anaamini hakuna miracles but uchawi inaweza.
Mimi naamini kitu moja. Miracle ni kitu ambaye inaweza fanyika. Kwa mfano mtu amefutwa kazi mahali, wewe umepata umeitwa, umeajiriwa. Hiyo ni miracle. Lazima uwe na kitu ili upate kitu. Ukitaka kuzima stima, lazima uende kwa switch uweke off. Juu hata ukiombea stima huwezi zima mpaka uweke kwa switch. Unaweza kuwa unaombaga tu unagoja miracle. Enda mahali kama Remuru, unapata mtu ameenda amelala na ni msichana, anaanza kuomba, baba nataka bibi, nataka bwana. Sasa Mungu akuletee bwana kwa kitanda.
Na sasa basi kuna tena superstition sasa tena separation. Kuna very thin line ya hizo vitu na uchawi. Kama kuna time Kenya kulikuwa na belief ya at every 22nd August most politicians die.
Na ilikuwa ukweli, watu walikuwa wanakufa. Si watu August zote ukiangalia kijana wa Malwa, Jomo Kenyatta,
Ronald Ngala,
watu wote wengi accidents zilikuwa zina bomb blast ilikuwa August. Hizo vitu zote mbaya, ilikuwa ni kama dark month.
Una believe hizo story wewe?
Na believe sana. Naamini sana. Rais wa kwanza Jomo Kenyatta kama amesema Kenyatta alikufa tarehe 22 August.
Yes.
Kijana wa Malwa akakufa tarehe 23 August. Karisa Maitha. Yaani karibu watu wote wao mashuhuri wote na wote wale watu legacy wote wanakufa mwezi wa 8.
Si labda malaika wazito
inakuwa. Hapana, unajua mimi nilikuja kujua. Kunafanyikaga hivi. Mwezi wa 4 wa Kristo wanaendaga Easter. Wakristo dunia mzima wanaendaga Easter. Hiyo ni mwezi wa 4. Mwezi wa 5 ikifika nusu mpaka mwezi wa 6 Waislamu wanaenda Ramadhan.
Yes.
Wanafungua na Eid Fitri.
Yes.
Ikifika mwezi wa 7 tarehe 22 mpaka mwezi wa 9 tarehe 29. Hiyo naye ni ya madevil worshipper. Mkubwa wao anaitwa Maimuna. Hao ndio watu wa madevil worship. Mambo kama hiyo umeona imefanyika juzi.
I'm assuming Jamit Instagram. Ulijuaje story ya kama huyo sasa?
Hiyo ndio mwezi ya devil worshipper. Kutoka hiyo mwezi sasa sisi tunaingia sasa mwezi wa Wahindi. Sasa hii mwezi nayo utaanza kuona Wahindi nayo wameanza kupiga maparachute huku.
Yes.
Kutoka hapo tunaingia Christmas.
Do you agree with that analogy?
Yeah. Juu wanasemanga
kuna hata wewe unajua Maimuna.
Mimi si. But unajua nikiongea hivi watu wasperceive mimi ni traditional healer ama nini. Mimi ni mtu na believe 100% na ni mtu nimesoma.
Kwa kupea 70.
Sasa hii story ni hivi, hata kwa Bible kuna inaongelea uchawi. Kuna mtu alikuwa anaitwa Beelzebul. Ukiangalia Luke, kuna wakati Yesu alikuwa na wanafunzi wake, alafu watu wengi walikuwa wanakuwa dissuaded na hizo powers za Beelzebul, wanaacha kusikiza teachings za Yesu. Hiyo inakuonesha watu wako na powers, but the power of God is much greater than their power.
Magesi wetu wamekuwa power, si ndio? Yeah. I thank you for come through. Asante sana John Kibera kwa come through.
Asante yangu.
Ninasikia kierere inaniwasha niwaambie show ya next week June. Acha nisiwaambie. Tukutane next week. Wapi makofi yao? Thank you. That's it for the weekend edition. See you next week. My name is Dr. Kingori.
Kenyan men are very faithful, true or scam? Kenyan ladies do not cheat, true or scam? The rich also cry, but so far ni sonko moja nimesikia kipiga nduru.
Kama unataka kujua ako wapi, bonyeza moja. Hello 999, how can we help you? Yeah, I think I am being attacked. Can you please speak loudly?
Do you love me? Do you love me, my nigga? Do you love me? Do you love me, baby? I'm gonna chase that too, yeah.
With Lipa na M-Pesa, you get more.
Lipa na M-Pesa.
Every 100 shillings spent on Lipa na M-Pesa earns you an entry into the draw. Do more with Lipa na M-Pesa.
And them say, here comes trouble, here comes the danger, sent by the Savior, welcome the Rasta youths. I and I start recruit soldiers for Selassie, army. Here comes trouble, here comes the danger, welcome the Savior, welcome the Rasta youths. Then I will access and the generation in the fire. I hear an ex you dead.
We are the Cooperative Bank. We are you.
The Wings to Fly program is unlocking the potential of young people. 1,136 bright but needy students were given the Wings to Fly scholarships in 2020 to sponsor their secondary education. Watch the story of the 2020 Wings to Fly cohort on Sunday, 12th January at 6:40 p.m. on NTV.
Every day, NTV News team moves you to the center of the action.
The security forces who took part in this operation.
Police are not taking anything to chance.
Moves you to the heart of the story to witness and record history.
Rendering the declared results null and void.
Telling the story of Kenya
The growing importance of border in Mandera.
Matatus will be on strike.
and beyond.
The politics in the United States capital. It is the 7th edition of the Global Education taking place in Dubai.
When it comes to business, we crunch the numbers and unpack the detail with the latest information for your investment decision.
It's time to say goodbye to this note and karibu to this note.
In order for the manufacturing sector to be elevated from the ground.
Despite the government's promise to create at least 1.3 million jobs,
moves you fast past the planes and trucks to bring you the triumphs and joys of our great men and women.
Moving stories that touch our hearts.
I didn't know that I could go back to school.
The Back to School program has brought hope to these young mothers.
NTV News. News that moves you.
Seeing other people accomplish great things.
Everyone keeps telling me, you're so brave, you're so courageous.
Overcome even greater adversity.
I remember every single moment when I saw her suffering, and I just knew I'm losing my mom.
And hearing their inspirational stories,
If that child cannot talk, if he cannot hear, appreciate that gift.
gives us hope.
Life will throw so much at you, but just be adaptable.
Crime is poor. Crime is not cool.
Come take this journey with us every Saturday on Unscripted from 8 p.m. only on NTV.
This is NTV.
And if it's Friday, you know it's time for the trend. My name is Anita Nderu. Happy New Year from me, Nina Champagne, the entire NTV crew. How are you doing? How are your New Year's? Actually, how are your New Year's? How is your New Year coming along? How is January treating you? We are here to give you a few laughs to just help you feel better while the pocket is not. So these are the highlights of the stories that we're going to be tackling this evening. Miguna denied entry into the country. Government issues red flag. Stick around to hear what the panel has to say.
Immigration to obey. As he walks around the compound, James Nyaga cannot hide his joy after discovering that his son Stephen
Man resurrects the day of his burial. Where was he all along?
tried to force him out of the door.
This guy fought a good fight and finished the race. A man fights his way to freedom, but did he win the battle? Find out more in a few. What a sad week. Ndoni primary school parents lynch a teacher after poor grades in school. And on hashtag TTTT, this new year of 2020, it's me, Anita Nderu, Miss Nina Champagne over here. We have Kwach. Why are you laughing? I have to introduce my dog.
You know, it's actually very bad when you call Nina a dog.
She's a puppy.
She is, but now she almost feels like, come on, is live on air. She's now speaking to 5 million Kenyans or more.
She's a host.
Would you like to address the nation, Nina?
Oh, yes. One of our co-hosts.
And of course, we have Miss Cindy Ogana +1.
Yes, everybody came the +1. The two of you didn't get a memo. +1.
I have my +1.
Who tells you she's not my +1?
Bibi sahi nyumbani anasema sijui nalala wapi wewe.
We are each other's +1.
Yes, and we have Miss Kate in the building as well. So guys, as you all know, just like my dog, there's students who go to a place called Pembroke. And so let me tell you the true meaning of what they say in January Niwewe. So Pembroke School has been a topic of discussion after a picture which has since gone viral shows the children being dropped off by a chartered plane.
Wow. You know, maybe I saw that story, I was almost getting depressed. When I was going to high school, there was a school I was supposed to go to. Like, you know that period when you're waiting for your results?
Yes.
Your parents start zungukaing, looking for schools for you.
Yeah.
So they looked for a school for me in Kakuma. And they were,
yes,
in Kakuma. The other side of the world, in Kakuma. And the interesting story is where the bus leaves you, you have to travel 20 kilometers from the road to the school.
Oh my God, this is being
and yes, I'm very serious. And the only other means of transport, so the bus comes once in, like when during the opening day, inakuja inawachukua inawapeleka shule. If you get late, guess what means of transportation?
Is it those stories where parents...
It's a Punda Bay. You become a
serious?
Punda Bay all the way to school.
Oh my gosh.
So when I saw that story, I was like, what were my parents doing?
Let me finish. So now, it went viral because the kids were being dropped off by a chartered plane.
Yeah.
The international school located in Nakuru County, Gilgil, Nyahururu, offers British curriculum and boarding facilities for children aged 2 and 13 years. Students in this school enjoy activities like fishing, scrapbooking, yoga, fine art coloring. Kwani sisi tulifanya fine art gani? Because this one, as we were doing coloring.
Art and craft.
Hii ni fine art coloring. Synchronized
art, craft and
swimming
music.
and horse riding lessons, which cost 22,000 shillings, 150 per term for the horse riding, not to be in the school.
For the horse riding.
For the horse riding.
That was my school fees for the whole year in high school. Why are these guys insulting us?
Yeah, fishing. You know, if you're in Kisumu, they're fishing. What is that? That's extracurricular. Like, you can actually do it. So, okay, they're offering too much, but this is not the first time. There's a time in
With the amount of money those parents pay,
Yeah.
this is too little. They
It's
need to do
little.
more. My
Yeah.
God.
Like, how much are they paying?
I want my kid to know how to build a lake. I just
Imagine Joshida. Imagine Joshida. If you want to make the water,
I
is a
think
problem.
right from school, that kid should come out and be called Prof. Afai kuitwa jina tu ya. I think Nina has something to say.
No, let me tell you guys, I've died. So Dina was barking earlier, and then Cindy said, you know, dogs can sense what we're going to roho chafu. And I feel
if you have a bad heart, Nina will bark.
building.
Even if you're tweeting now bad things, Nina will back. But you were saying there was another
time.
in Nyeri, yeah.
There's a time a helicopter crashed in one of the farms in Nyeri, and one of the dads who was transporting the son to Banda school here in Nairobi. It's like they come from Nyeri to Nairobi every day, every morning. I think every morning or every week, I'm not sure. So I'm like, this is quite usual for Kenyans to have just helicopters ferrying students. And you're in a bus.
Rich people live outside Nairobi County, like Kipia Uko, then they charter planes.
Yeah.
The rest of us are scrambling to live on the outskirts.
What-
Sinya, Kitengela.
What are you telling watu wa Buru, watu wa Lang'ata, people who think they are cool people?
Sinya, Kitengela, Kajiado, and
Yeah.
then you want to take your kid to Riara with a bus.
It's not working.
You know, actually, there's a friend of mine who once told me they had like an issue in the international school when they were discussing parents should stop dropping their kids in a school bus with their own cars. Because now, wanaleta jam. Like in the morning, there's traffic getting into the school because someone has a car, amebebwa na ingine, babake amebebwa na ingine, the house help is with the lunch hapo nyuma, kuna gari ingine amebeba tu homework.
Just put all these people, put them all in one car.
No, protocol. It's prime. There gotta be protocol.
Like
There's a car for everyone.
I can't get to school with my homework in the same in the same car. Why?
Protocol.
Okay, wait. So let's move on to a story that's actually rather sad, to be honest. So Ndoni Primary School in Kitui County has come under scrutiny when the parents lynched Miss Daisy Mbathe, who was a... I feel like giving my dog those eyes. You know those eyes your mother gives you? Where they're like, where? Tuko na wageni. Anyway, so Miss Daisy Mbathe, who was a teacher in the same school, the commission has with immediate effect withdrawn the 6 TSC teachers who have been working at the school. 2 suspects have been arrested so far.
This is sad. I saw it in the morning and I felt like the children of the teacher watched as this happened. And my shocker was that these were parents as well doing the same. I'm like,
It was a mob of parents
like
beating
other
up this
parents
teacher.
beating another parent, because a teacher is a parent, a policeman is a parent,
Yeah.
a presenter is a parent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, on a serious note,
Yeah.
parents should stop blaming teachers for the failure of their students. Each student have their own rate of learning. There are kids who take time, there are others who are slow, and there's so many things that go wrong. We cannot blame all on one head teacher.
Yeah.
I feel like all those parents should be arrested, whether one lynched the other. If you witnessed, if you participated, you need to face it.
So what I heard was...
Cindy with a T.
So apparently it was not parents who lynched the teacher, and it was not about grades. Because it actually doesn't add up.
It doesn't make
Why
sense,
would
yeah.
you lynch a teacher after the grades have already been released, the results have been released, and kids have gone to school?
Like there's nothing they can
And
do
she
about
wasn't even the head teacher, she was just a maths teacher. So ideally you should lynch all the parents. Apparently, it is alleged that she was part of a cartel, an extortion cartel. And there was somebody who was kidnapped and tortured in her house, and the relatives. Yes, I'm telling you,
What?
Gertie.
A minute, this is a flip. This is a
Nairobi News yako inakuanga na
flip story, isn't it?
Like you're
Na premium account.
Yes.
I
like
know.
your Nairobi News has like a premium. You go those things.
So apparently it was part of an extortion ring.
Yeah.
And there was a gentleman who she lured into her house.
Yeah.
in the pretext of fixing solar panels ahead of the new year.
Yeah.
When he got into the house, you feel it, right? You feel it,
She
girl.
can feel the negative
you know?
energy.
You can feel the negative energy from this story.
Takupiga
So
tu
when this
nyumbani.
guy got into the house, he was accosted by guys and he was tortured from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Oh my goodness, are you
So-
serious?
No, like 2 weeks before she passed on.
Yeah.
So this guy is currently recuperating in hospital, but he sent people to revenge his ordeal.
But why would they, if that was the case, why would they spin the story then?
To the extent where they're saying ati.
Because, of course, you need an alibi. Yes. Did not count on was how TSE was going to react. They did not know that TSE was going to withdraw it and get national attention. So now it forced the cops to sort of do their job, and the cops now found out
what happened.
the real motive behind it. Because it didn't make sense to me. I'm like, why ban one teacher?
Especially for just exams. I'm like,
yeah,
really?
it
Why?
didn't
The first time I saw this story, I was like, people are taking this exam thing too far.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
then, if
And why is that
makes
one
more
teacher?
sense.
Yeah,
Yes.
but even if that is still the story. Like you shouldn't.
Yeah.
And
But
in
you
such
get
a way.
the
Yeah.
frustration people get because of the justice system in this country.
Right.
Like people know if this person is taken to court, they will need evidence. They will need you
Yeah.
to prove that they did whatever they did.
Right.
Yeah.
All those things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, sad.
Still, on matters related to schools, a pupil at a school in Mombasa on Wednesday committed suicide after allegedly being forced to repeat class 6. Right? Her lifeless body was discovered on Tuesday dangling from the roof of their house in Kwangombe area by her sister.
I get, okay, I don't get the taking your life part. I'll never understand it. But of course, we always ask you to talk to someone if it's possible. But one of the things that makes kids suffer a lot is the fact that going back to the same school, I used to do this. Every year I used to say, I'm going to another school. And then I'd come back and I'd feel so mad. Just the torture of going to the same school and sitting with the same students.
Yeah.
I get it. It's not easy for kids.
It's undue pressure that I think parents and also the education system, and I like what Margot has said, it is unlawful to make a child repeat.
Yeah,
Because
I think they
it's a bit
legalized it.
demeaning. Yeah,
They legalized
yeah,
it
yeah,
what,
yeah.
during
No, but
Matiang's time.
when I was
Why
in
would they do
primary
it?
school, hey,
Yeah.
kamati ya roho chafu imeingia kwa
Who's there? Who's there? Who's there?
kamati ya roho chafu, can you please exit the building? We maliza the show.
Yeah.
So no, when I was in school, I remember there was even these two girls who had to repeat 3rd grade. They didn't come to 4th grade. But it was just normal. And like break time, lunchtime, we used to all hang out.
Yeah.
And then over time, in fact, they
Was it
they
grade
just
or class? Because
class,
repeating-
class 3, class 4. So
Oh.
I mean, over time, they even zoenaed with the people in that other class more
Yeah.
than they did with us, and life moved on.
I think what is contradictory also with the education system is they tell you that there is only a certain age that a kid can sit exams when they
Right.
get to.
Yeah.
So before they get to that, they can't be allowed to sit for the exams. So if your kid went to school early, the way a lot of parents, at 2 years, they already want their kids to be in school.
Mtoto ya Cindy tayari have you already applied at Pembroke?
Yes. My son is 15 months. Please note, nishanunua uniform.
Ushanunua. At 15 months.
Aniondoke.
I see. Yeah, so what then happens is, by the time this kid is getting to where they're supposed to sit for the exams, they can't sit, so they're asked to repeat. And this has a very big effect on
Wait, is it because of the age or because
but
of
I
the
know students
performance?
who are really
Sometimes
young.
it is
who-
because of the
age
performance,
now.
sometimes it's also because of the age.
Right now, apparently,
Yeah.
PP1, you have to join PP1 when you're 4. Before you had to be 3.
Yes.
Because the government does not recognize baby class.
Yeah.
Oh.
Baby class is just a way of
Getting
allowing
wasting money.
mothers like us to have wine
to relax.
in the middle of the day. Right?
Yeah.
According to the new system, PP1 starts at 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is why, we're getting a lot of these
Yeah.
kids.
And
being forced to
also,
repeat.
the other parents,
You're
through
very
the...
passionate about this particular topic. It when they break, alafu
Yeah, I'm very passionate. Education, but sour. Let's go for... And also, we are in KCA.
Oh yes, and this show is being shot live on location at KCA. So we're going to go on a short commercial break, but we'll be back with more hashtag TTTT. Hit us up on Twitter at The Trend Live.
promise if you take the time, you won't be looking for too long before you find this little secret of mine.
Your multi-bet is on its way to hit the bullseye. Oh, you lose one match, but only in Mozart. Mozart Refund, lose one game, get your cash back. Make a decision. Terms and conditions apply.
Did you know that omega-3 and vitamin D have benefits for our bodies? Try 7C's cod liver oil. The liquid-filled capsule contains omega-3 to support heart, brain, and vision, and vitamin A and D to support strong bones, the immune system, and help maintain healthy skin and hair. Try 7C's today. Also available in your nearest pharmacy, 7C's multivitamin syrup.
You seem very happy with Molfix.
Yes, we are so happy. I discovered Molfix with my second baby. There's a big difference.
It has a soft and skin-friendly inner surface. And Molfix has the umbilical cord notch.
True. It offers a great protection for my baby.
Molfix breathable surface developed with Airsoft technology is very soft and provides the best Molfix skincare.
I found the best diaper for my baby's sensitive skin.
All babies deserve a high-quality diaper. You should also try Molfix.
This festive season, get a fully connected StarTimes satellite dish for an amazing offer of only 2,999 shillings. Children can enjoy amazing cartoons on Nickelodeon, while for women, great soaps and drama on Novella E+ and Rambo TV. For men, it's Arsenal and Manchester United. You can also pay 1 month and enjoy 2 weeks free on a higher bouquet. For more information, call 0719 077 077. StarTimes, enjoy digital life.
Hatutakuwa tukipotezeana muda rafiki yangu.
Akili yangu ina mambo mengi bwana.
Sasa hiyo akili yenye mambo mengi ndio ingefanya kazi haraka haraka iyapunguze na kuyaondoa.
Hoteli imeamua kwamba itafuta kazi wafanyakazi wote walioanza kazi karibuni. Kisha baadaye itatujulisha kama itafuta kazi wafanyakazi walioanza kazi kitambo.
Aha, shamba wenyewe macho meupe kama msiokuwa na haya. Mwaiuza. Hamkakutana nao kwa mnadani.
Aliyekuambia shamba itauzwa mnadani ni nani?
Angelikuwa ni mtoto wangu mimi, usingenilaumu. Sonia aambiliki.
Lakini mtoto hukunjwa akali mbichi.
Huyu wako amekauka.
And we're back. Where? Focus. We're back. Hashtag TTTT at the Trend Live is where you can catch us. My name is Anita Nderu. It is our first show of the year. Happy New Year in case you're just joining us. We have been discussing a couple of topics and we'll be getting right back to them just now. Any tweets? You want to read tweets?
Nina champagne pooped, just so you guys.
Oh my God, you guys.
What?
So you see the way, yeah, well, Ikona Adabu, it excused itself and it went and pooped. So now we're just sitting over here. We are all on set. We're just, kuna mtu hapa sahi who'll probably fart and say, iko mimi.
You
It's
know?
the dog.
It's Nina.
No. It decided to crap on us like our government. Let's just follow suit.
What does the government and champagne have in common?
No, I think if you compare Nina with the government, you are insulting Nina.
I know.
Yeah.
Nina has decorum.
Yeah.
So anyway, before we get into the tweets, let's talk about this incredible phone. It's an Oppo Reno 2F, correct?
Yep.
Yes, thank you very much. It has a quad camera, 48 megapixel, 8 megapixel, 2 megapixel, 2 megapixel. It's amazing for ultra night vision photos. It can see into your future. In fact, it has a new beauty option where no matter how you woke up, you will woke up the way you intend to look after you're done with the whole makeup process. And aside from that, it is only going for $39,999. And I have one hamper to give away to one of you. And this is all I need to know. Tweet us using the hashtag OppoReno2F and answer this. So this incredible phone comes in 2 colors. What 2 colors are those? If we pick you, we will be giving you an amazing Oppo Reno 2F hamper. Remember, the hashtag is Oppo Reno 2F. Haya, nini na hizi masimu zingine?
That question is very easy.
So many of my tweets, please.
Welcome to NTV Today. You are just in time. The live link will be done by Muledan. And sports has a lot to be shown. And Sean Cardovillis
keeping you up to date with all you need to know as and when it happens.
It's not been a very good morning in the country. We've had a very grisly accident.
In clear context.
Kwa umetupea simu, sasa tungekuwa na Oppo sisi wote.
As the kamati of hashtag TTTT, we'd also like to own this Oppo Reno 2F. Thank you very much. And since we cannot participate in the hashtag, I mean,
see what to do.
Terms and conditions apply and such like things.
Yeah.
Haya, sasa wewe unasoma tweet under the nini, si umalize kusoma tweet.
Kate, looks like yours is ready.
Kate, are you ready?
I can see a couple of people.
Are you ready?
On the trend already. They're saying happy that they're here with the students at KCA. We've been dropped off here. Thank you so much. I've got Melanin where you are. Heri mimi nikisoma ndege nilikuwa nimezoeana na mawingu. Huyo ni ule mtu wa Pembroke. You're not going to get in, but shout out to you where you are. We've got Papa anasema when you have enough to use usiwe na mabilioni kama the rest. That's the way the big empires keep rolling around. And that Minor Benson is tuned in. Thank you so much. And the Horn of Africa, aka Mwani King, is the show is proving to be really great. Hashtag TTT.
Ulipata yako?
TTT.
My screen still has not come on. So,
do something. I was just telling Cindy.
Opportunity, Omera.
I was just telling Cindy during the break that I've known her for over 2 years. She always has a new phone every single day.
Really?
And it's never better than the last. You need to do something about you.
We need to Oppo you.
Hashtag Oppo Reno 2F. Answer the question. What 2 colors does this incredible phone come in? And you might be winning a hamper courtesy of. Now, back to the topics. So police in Thika are in pursuit of 2 women who left a loaded firearm inside a bag at a section where shoppers leave their luggage at the supermarket in town. Police were informed by the supermarket's manager that the bag had stayed there for 2 days without being collected.
Wait a minute.
2 days. Hold up. Yeah. Wait a minute.
And then there's a stop and remind Kenyans. There's something we need to be vigilant. I know I get like this a lot. Yeah. There's something Kenyans do. We're not vigilant. A bag would be in a matatu and no one would flinch to be like, si yangu.
Because pengine merogwa. Hey! Superstition.
It had to be seen.
Where's your kotapesa, by the way? You can't be in Kenya and there's 1,000 shillings and no one has picked it up in merogwa.
In this economy, I'm picking it up. I'm sorry.
No.
In this economy,
let me tell you, you will not go to the loo, you'll not pee for 1 week.
Yeah.
Cindy,
hey, it's true.
You remember the story of the time during the post-election violence when there was a store that was robbed? Yes. The person who had to go back because the TV was attached to his back.
Yeah.
At they had to carry it back. Yes. The fridge. Imebaki kwa mgongo.
No, but wait, this one's who left the gun in the store. I'm like, I get it. Sometimes I leave stuff. Like, though you'd leave it in the cab or somewhere. Like, I think in the hurry of leaving, you forget your weapons.
No. They had robbed someone.
Yes.
So what happened is, now let me give you the tea like Cindy.
That's
what
happened.
You need to open a premium account with Nairobi News.
Nairobi News.
So now there's a man who had been robbed, and he went to report to the police and say, I've been robbed. He's a licensed firearm holder.
All right.
So he reported and said, I was robbed and my firearm was in my bag. Now these 2 women are the ones who robbed him.
Right.
So now I think what they were doing is they were just when they found out there was a bar. I think when they found out there was a gun, they decided they can't just leave it like in a dustbin somewhere. What if someone comes up? I'm assuming just assuming trail of thought.
Yeah.
So they thought, let's leave it somewhere where
you think so highly of the thieves.
I know you've bunkered there.
Like they would think, we don't want to dump it carelessly.
We want to be citizens of value.
Yeah.
So they took it somewhere where, for sure, if it was found, the police would be contacted because they can't take it to the cops themselves.
Yeah.
And say,
but do you know if you drop it off outside the police, they would find it? Because I'm told if there's somewhere you can steal, is outside a police station.
Yeah, of course, people
like
are stealing outside police station. Not to say
that
they should keep stealing, but also,
also
that
who they were on CCTV. Have you guys ever noticed how bad the footage of our CCTV is?
Yeah.
It's like 1 megapixel. You can never tell who that person is.
It's like my
You remember that camera
this
for...
one 48. Sasa vile tutafanya ni hivi. Hiyo supermarket nunua Oppo Reno F2F utumie kama CCTV camera because what a wow.
Yeah.
It was literally 1 megapixel.
But this is also proof that, you know, I've always suspected when you put your luggage in the that there are people who peep. How did they know?
How did they know?
Gun?
No, first of all,
they
I'm
told the
thinking...
manager this bag has been here for 2 days.
First of all, I'm thinking, because you know supermarkets, they keep things for more than 2 days.
Yeah.
Actually, they pay you, they lipisha you for,
Really?
if you want to keep your bag there for storage, yes.
I didn't know that.
So, I'm sure that bag
there's
must
a bed
have...
in my house that needs
need a storage space. Yeah. I'm sure that bag must have stayed there for more than 2 days. Then someone just realized, this bag
Can I
looks
go
like
and
it's
see?
suspicious.
Maybe there's a Happy New Year for me.
Yeah, and then they find guns there, and
Find
then they
a
have to make a story.
Ask guys who carry what is that?
Oh, yeah,
See the
like
NTV is shown worldwide.
Ever looks at the bag.
because they know.
They know.
They're like, Ma mogarega. They're like,
wait. So real quick before we go to a
They
break,
don't look-
guys. So this week, Daniel Njonjo Mwangi tried to fight his way to freedom after he was arrested in possession of a knife. Kimati ya roho chafu.
Kamati.
Someone's mad.
You're about to say kaimati ya roho chafu.
I was so close. Anyway, this man was arrested in possession of a knife along Kimathi Street. I'm sure you've probably seen the video by now, and if you've not, here it is. So yeah, and he really fought for his life.
Wow.
Yeah. The struggle.
The 6 officers tried to force him out of the dock, but he became uncontrollable.
What was he doing walking around with a knife? And I didn't even know it was actually an offense to walk around with a knife.
But knives are sold in traffic, guys.
Yeah,
Knives,
Because
rungus,
in my head, I was like, maybe he just bought it. He was on his way home.
Cindy, do you know that when you go to court, ignorance is not an excuse?
Yes.
You'll actually be jailed because it is in the bylaws.
What if he
you
had
shouldn't
just
be
bought the
walking
knife?
with a weapon anywhere.
Let
did
me-
he have
let
a
me help
license for
you.
the knife?
Let me help you
If
quite.
you buy a knife, you have to have a license.
No,
Let's
Quach.
wait.
No,
Yes.
that's not
Let
it's
me
not the
help
license.
you.
The thing is, you'll be charged for intent to do a crime.
Yes.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
And a knife is intent to probably
Man,
stab someone.
I felt sorry for him.
Like
because
ni
he was
mboga
like,
gani
"You're that
unakata
32."
town? Avocado gani umekuja kununua Kimathi Street?
Ready to eat at
Yeah.
all times.
Yeah.
No,
Najikatia
but
cabbage
it's
yako. We know
hypocritical.
January is bad,
He's
but
always ready.
Yeah.
You have
It's
to be
very
ready. If somebody-
hypocritical. Like I said, we sell weapons in traffic, and it's absolutely okay. In fact, you know, you go and say hi to the cop, you tell him, funga traffic ndio niuze ka rungu moja mbili. You know, and it's fine. But
Yeah.
this guy was walking around with a knife, and I actually felt the pain because when he was complaining and expressing his disappointment, he was like, 30,000, sina hiyo pesa.
Yeah.
It's just the frustration
Frustration, yes.
of having been arrested for what I think is something very flimsy, being
Yes.
charged a
Heavily
very
for
heavy
it.
fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Mimi niko na mgonjwa," and it was the pain in his
Yeah.
voice.
Yeah.
So it makes you wonder, who are the cops chasing? People wielding knives, you know, terrorists,
Yes.
the thugs who are busy stealing
Sitting
our
behind big
taxpayers'
desks.
money,
Yes.
you know? Where should their efforts be?
I think
I felt really sorry for him.
my bigger issue is that it's sadder for people when they get to court because they can't defend themselves.
Yeah.
Because if you defend and say you had no intent, the issue here is intent because you're being
Yeah.
charged for intent.
Yeah.
That's the only issue.
But he
intent
said,
is the
And
he
also-
said
Yeah.
he felt like those guys exaggerated the charges.
Yeah.
They did.
That's
Yeah.
what I was
Okay.
just about to
He
talk
kept
about.
saying, umeniwekea vitu hapo wenye sikufanya.
As you know, I've been arrested more than once.
Hey,
and,
criminal. Criminal.
yeah, if I was in America, this would make me a bad boy.
I got locked up.
Like all the ladies will be waiting right outside KCA to.
And
yeah,
all
you
the
know.
men inside the jail.
Don't drop the
Yeah,
soap.
so, but anyway, there are a lot of times, like those times when I was inside there, they would tell you that there are very many people inside the cells that have been arrested for reasons. By the time you'll be arraigned in
Flimsy
court,
reasons,
Yeah.
they'll have put other reasons.
Yeah.
Like
The
every time they
charge
arrested me, it was either sijui drunk and
No, that's
disorderly,
it.
or
That's
sijui
it.
nini.
In
possession.
Sijui- Like they would
Indecent
always come up with.
It was indecent exposure.
Lodging ni 1.5. City Park is not lodging. Please. Exposing yourself.
Exposing yourself.
Look at
Shame.
you.
Yeah, but anyway, so when they do that, a lot of times they advise you that you should just plead guilty because you'll definitely you'll go away with just like a flimsy
Yeah.
those charges. They'll charge you
Slap on
for
the wrist.
yes,
Yeah.
500 bob. The only problem is you have a record now.
Yes.
Like if they
A
do you
recurring
drunk or disorderly
Yeah.
and you accept you guilty as charged, even if you didn't do it, you have
a record now.
A record.
So when you go certificate of good conduct, they actually check those things.
Yeah, they do.
But it's about time. You know, as much as you're charging people, let's find also lawyers who are willing to do pro bono for guys. It's not fair.
Yeah,
For him
guys.
to headbutt
Yeah.
a police officer, like, that's painful.
Frustration.
He was
Frustration.
I felt
and
so
it's
sorry
also,
for him.
It's also because of our justice system, the way it's set up. You know, when you're taken back to the cells, you don't know how long it will take. I was told that it only takes 3 consecutive missing of court sessions before the case is dismissed, and you don't know how long it is going to take between each session. Like they will tell you, the next time we will hear your case is in November of 2020.
No liba tu kuku. Anyway,
imagine.
So we're going to go on a short commercial break. We'll be right back. You can hit us up on @TheTrendLive, #TTTT.
APU offers international students opportunities to study at an affordable cost. APU is recognized for its commitment in offering top-notch digital technology courses. For free application services, contact our local representative or visit their offices in Nairobi and Mombasa.
This festive season, get a fully connected StarTimes satellite dish for an amazing offer of only 2,999 shillings. Children can enjoy amazing cartoons on Nickelodeon, while for women, great soaps and drama on Novella E+ and Rainbow TV. For men, it's Arsenal and Manchester United. You can also pay 1 month and enjoy 2 weeks free on a higher bouquet. For more information, call 0719 077 077. StarTimes, enjoy digital life.
Molfix breathable surface developed with airsoft technology is very soft and provides the best Molfix skincare.
I've found the best diaper for my baby's sensitive skin.
All babies deserve a high-quality diaper. You should also try Molfix.
It feels good, Coca-Cola and food, Monday to Sunday. We're all chasing taste. Let's just grab a bite, the excuse to drink Coca-Cola. Every single day. So we feel forever be real, together stay free, whatever. No, we can't stop. We wanna taste the feeling. Nothing can ever bring us down. Taste the feeling.
Hello Nancy, mambo.
Brayo, wapi pesa yangu?
Nipe tu 10 minutes na kutumia.
Uko sure?
Nancy, mimi siwezi kudanganya.
The only thing you can be sure of is your rate on Airtel. With 1 bob, una get 5 MBs and 2 bob per minute to all networks. No expiry, no conditions. Dial *544*2#.
Sana kutumia.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
This is NTV.
Tonight, the Building Bridges initiative is building walls and divisions.
Leo hajasoma. Anapiga kifua lakini hajasoma.
Waseme tunakataa ripoti ya BBI kwa sababu haina vyeo, tunataka vyeo iongezwe ndio tuweze kukubaliana na sisi. Waseme waje hii ukora mingi.
Plus, Kam Miguna Kam, the unfolding theatre of drama is still in session. Raila Odinga takes his turn on stage.
Unaona ni kitu kidogo sana. Arudi sio? Sio? Anabweka kama mbwa huko. Hakuja bweka hapa.
And court summons Attorney General over debacle. Also tonight, the Locust's invasion is not relenting. The government has insufficient funds to fight them, but promises relief in 2 weeks.
Mkiona mdudu wote ambaye mnafikiria ni Locust, tafadhali mpige picha
weka kwa social media na itatufikia.
And the bumpy road to Luya unity.
Atuole anakaa na wengine anasema tuende Buhungu. Lazima tuwe na siri yetu.
It is not a king-making meeting.
The making of Tangatanga's kitchen cabinet and a glimpse into a legislator's New Year resolutions.
Mimi nimeacha pombe mwaka huu, lakini hiyo miaka ingine tulikuwa tunakunywa na Murathe.
Bullseye is back.
Hello Nancy, mambo?
Brayo, wapi pesa yangu?
Nipe tu 10 minutes na kutumia.
Uko sure?
Nancy, mimi siwezi kudanganya.
The only thing you can be sure of is your rate on Airtel. With 1 bob, una get 5 MBs and 2 bob per minute to all networks. No expiry, no conditions. Dial star 544 star 2 hash.
Sana kutumia.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Save cash by buying Pampers at reduced prices. The Jumbo Pack has reduced from $17.50 to $14.00. The Value Pack is now $7.20 from $9.90. And the Carry Pack is $1.99 from $2.20. Save, save, save with Pampers today.
Selector. More slices na bei ni ile ile.
And them say here comes trouble, here comes the danger. Sent by the Savior, welcome the Rasta youths. I and I start recruit soldiers for Selassie army. Here comes trouble, here comes the danger. Welcome the Savior, welcome the Rasta youths. Then I will ask it, and then
Spice.
Welcome back to #TTTT. My name is Anita Nderu. This is The Trend Live, our first show of the year. Happy New Year to you. So, any tweets we want to get into before I get into why you need to get yourself the Oppo Reno 2F?
First of all, massive shout out to all the KCA University students who are tweeting us.
Yes, they are.
We are live on location at the university.
Super excited to be here. Now, Martin says, coat of arms. I find no reason for the guy to get locked up. Maasai people walk with weapons. Where are their licenses? I actually feel we should be allowed to walk with such here. The insecurity is high and the police can't protect all of us at the same time.
True. I completely agree. I feel so. I really hope somebody bails him out.
Yeah.
Ama tufanye mchango as #TTTT. We
But then I shtuka. When judges see such a story, don't they think they need to sit down and review it a little bit? Like just consider it.
Sometimes they do, but look at the precedence it will set.
Yes.
Yeah.
You won't allow everyone else to. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So now, could you help me with Nina, please? Wow. Of course, I was giving you the phone. Nah, boo. That ain't the case. So, this is the Oppo Reno 2F, and I want to give you an amazing gift hamper courtesy of. Now, it already has a quad camera. I told you, incredible pictures. But by quad, I mean ikona camera nne. So there's 48 megapixels, 8 megapixels, 2 megapixels, 2 megapixels. So Cindy only has 2 megapixels. Now you, collectively, you have all the 4 I have mentioned. And this phone only goes for $39,999. So in this very dry month of January, just treat yourself, get yourself the phone. But if you want to win it, use the hashtag Oppo Reno 2F and tell me, This phone comes in 2 colors. What 2 colors are those? Tweet us at The Trend Live, hashtag TTTT, hashtag Oppo Reno 2F, and you will win an amazing gift hamper courtesy of. You can just try, Cindy. Jaribu
Let me
tu.
just try.
I mean, what's the worst that will happen? Utambiwa no.
Cindy, I think we need to do like a kakiti. You know that like
kamati ya committee.
The phone.
Yeah, committee.
2 decades, the same phone. There's just no way.
No, but no, what was kushtue? Isn't it?
No, the phone that Cindy has doesn't even have a selfie cam.
Cindy, are you those people who use their things until they're very dead?
Ile kitu ya mbele yake ni sensor.
You know, you can be like my mom. She has a phone just for calling, M-Pesa, and text if necessary.
But that's usually now WhatsApp.
Now was not necessary to have.
If you have children and they're boys, which I do, you don't get fancy phones.
Oh yeah,
you don't. Get operational things. You know?
Okay.
When they see them, it's just on the ground.
It's just on the ground. It's, downloading video games and other things.
Now let me tell you about somebody who uploaded from nowhere. Yeah. So should this be considered as a joyous moment or a waste of time and resources? You be the judge. Now, this week, a man was scheduled to be buried by his family, but things turned out to be different for ground on that particular day. I guess it was a joyous moment for the family to see their son, but then this is where the twist is. Yeah. So so he had been taken to hospital due to alcohol poison related issues. Yeah. Right. Then when the hospital he was in, the father was told they can't handle the case there. He'll be taken to a different hospital. So then other hospital he was taken to now. When he got there, I feel like I really have the tea.
Pour it, honey.
You know, inaitangwa Nairobi News Premium. So when he was taken to this other hospital, he was admitted there. The next day, the dad goes to see him, and then the person next to the son's bed says, your son was ferried off already. So they assumed he was dead. So they put together funeral arrangements and whatnot. On the day he's meant to be buried, they go to pick him up. So when they go there, they're going to clear the medical bill and bury their son. And then there's a nurse who's like, what are you talking about? I injected your son at 11 a.m. this morning. Your son is alive.
Wait. They were organizing
so they were given
a burial
yes.
before confirming that their son is actually dead.
That is how you know alcoholism runs in that family.
You have a foreign body now.
It is a family problem.
Like, how can you organize a funeral without seeing the body?
Even looking at the face, confirm, is it the same face? Ni ule tunamjua.
But maybe they didn't want to see him for the last time. They were just like,
hey, wow, wait. I was about to shrub another serious one, you guys, never mind. As you were.
Yeah. This is such a bizarre story. And then, if you watch the clip, the dad was excited that the son is alive.
Of course.
But he was also excited that the committee they formed raised 50K and they were given, guys, it's about to get lit.
Turn up starts from there.
But
turn it up.
You know, like me, where I come from,
yeah.
Actually burials are really big things. Like we do very big mchangos for them. So if the person turns up not dead, we have a really big budget to spend.
Yeah.
Like to give back to people.
Has there ever been such a situation? That now he's back alive.
So what do we have to see the body? Then you slap it.
Yeah.
It's like confirmed.
Like if you're not dead, we will kill you. There's no way you're bouncing Nini Matanga.
Maybe the guy was so drunk he blacked out. So they just assumed we are men. So they ferried him off.
Went and organized a funeral committee without having seen the body.
Yeah.
Let me tell
Amma, it was those cases for you're dead to me.
You're
dead to me. We're done.
See, you're dead to me.
Block.
But that's such a roller coaster of emotions. Like 1 minute
you. Mom, though.
Wajaluo na Waluya. You have to confirm the body's dead. You have to confirm the person.
The person is dead.
But now they have to return the body that they had taken. That's because they were given someone's body.
Or
they were just organized. They were going to pick the body.
So when they went there, so then they keep asking for this person. Yeah. And the nurse is confused. So when another nurse came and said, "Who is this person you guys keep asking about?" Yes. They're like, so they say who it is, and she's like, "I injected that boy today morning at 11 a.m. Ako hapa." So now the question is, where did the body go when it had disappeared for those 3 days and then it came back?
But I'm just asking though. Don't you guys think hiyo mchango yote inafaa kuwa ya huyo jamaa?
Wewe uko kwa mchango, wewe uko kwa mchango.
The guy who's in hospital for alcohol poisoning.
Apewe pesa ambie mwili pole because he has been sick.
Haya, sawa, tumalize na Mr. Miguna. So now, mobilize. Organize. These are the actions Kenyans need to make sure that Miguna is back in the country. Kwanza the other day, so there was even a welcome back Miguna party. I was half expecting to see Cindy there. Now, he was scheduled to return to the country this week, but things turned out to be very, very different.
General Miguna needed to embark on that journey back to Kenya after nearly 2 years in exile. Another layer of that green light coming in the form of a commitment from the Department of Immigration to obey a 2018 court order.
Come back to Kenya, nor to any country in Africa.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like he was going to fly, but on the ground things were different.
But you see, it's very inconsistent. So because the government is saying one thing, he's saying one thing. The airline has not said. Has it said?
No.
Yeah,
the airline refunded him the money.
Yeah.
They apologized.
Yeah.
But when the government spokesman was asked, he was like, "There's no issue. You guys just go to the embassy, say you need a ticket, come back." And then he's like, "I'm not gonna go to the embassy." You know?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, so who gave out the statement that he's banned from coming to Africa? Because the government is saying, "Go to the embassy, ukuje."
Yeah, but
the same
Oguna at
government
the
is
same
empowering
time,
him.
no, Oguna at the same time accepted that it's true, an alert has been issued.
Yes.
And it's because of international flying standards that he was unruly.
He was unruly,
Yeah, that Miguna has been unruly. There's a question he was not able to answer when he was asked, if he gets a new passport, does that make him not unruly? And then he was not able to answer that question. I think this hula baloo, I don't know what it's all
I kind of feel like he
about.
always wants to come back with fanfare to some extent.
Yeah.
Of course.
Like
and he says because he feels that if he doesn't and if he comes in any other way incognito, his life is in danger. So he needs the entire public to know his whereabouts. Because you do have to suspect, why is it that this one individual is being ruled out and ostracized from coming into his own country?
Yes.
So he's just doing it for his own, security. I honestly think it's time for the government just to open up the borders, let him come in, take it a step at a time. But the more they freeze him, the more it's raising questions, the more they're making him famous.
But what Kenyans don't realize the depth of this thing is, they were actually, like, I have to really go in
you
this
have
one.
30 seconds.
Yes, it's the impunity in disobeying court orders.
That's true.
Like, what are the courts for? Is it just for us citizens
who
have been caught by knives?
Yes.
Or is it only for us who have been caught by knives for the nini at 30,000 due to engage or nini? Are those the only orders that can be obeyed?
Exactly.
Yeah, like
I think
Miguna,
come back.
I can tell you're very passionate about this, and it's okay. It's okay.
Janyando, come back home.
At the Trend Live, #TTT, tumia simu. Tumia simu uzoe.
Anita,
So now,
before we go, I think as journalists, we need to pay our tribute to the late, great Anjali Gadhi,
Oh my
who
goodness,
passed
yes.
on. A renowned journalist who battled cancer for the longest time. Our deepest sympathies go out to her, to her family and her husband and her 2 lovely daughters. Rest in peace, Angeline. You are a true warrior.
rest in peace, honey. All right, and just like that, we wrap up the first part of the trend, #TTTT. Oh, okay. Is this good enough? Okay. All right, and just like that, we wrap up #TTTT, the first part of the trend. My name is Anita Nderu. We had Quash, we had Cindy, we had Kate in the building with us tonight. Conversation continues at the Trend Live. #TTTT. Tune in for part 2 with Mr. Antonio Sol. It's going to be a dope-ass time. Big Shot live on location at KCA. Have a great evening. Mwah.
Welcome to St. Patrick's Hill Schools, where God is the pillar of our school. Discipline is our cornerstone. Hard work and excellence our practice. Our purpose, changing lives for the better. Our vision, to shine bright in the industry. Our mission, to nurture godliness, discipline and industry in every child. Welcome to St. Patrick's family, where you pay less for better and more.
With Lipa na M-Pesa, you get more.
Lipa na M-Pesa.
More convenience.
Do more with M-Pesa.
More ease. flexibility. And now you can win apartments, tractors with extras, plus surprise gifts to 8 customers every minute. Make payments via M-Pesa Buy Goods or Pay Bill. Every 100 shillings spent on Lipa na M-Pesa earns you an entry into the draw. Do more with Lipa na M-Pesa.
We've been walking a journey to give you a new cooking solution. Maisha ni okay. Maisha ni Coco.
Look at this. And this. AA Kenya. Register today for your driving classes. Dial *650#. For 100 years now, AA has walked with you throughout the journey. Automobile Association of Kenya. You never drive alone.
Sona moja imetengenezwa kwa njia spesheli ili kupambana na maumivu kwa haraka. Sona moja ina aspirin kama kiungo. Sona moja, kitulizo kamili. Maumivu yakizidi, pata ushauri wa daktari.
Asia Pacific University, rated #1 in Asia and Malaysia for multicultural learning experience with students from over 130 countries from all over the world. APU offers international students opportunities to study at an affordable cost. APU is recognized for its commitment in offering top-notch digital technology courses. APU offers students the opportunity to get guaranteed internships from multinational companies. For free application services, contact our local representative or visit their offices in Nairobi and Mombasa.
Prepare yourself for a new live bet experience. Top minute, boosted live bet odds. Mozart, make a decision.
Hello Nancy, mambo?
Brayo, wapi pesa yangu?
Nipe tu 10 minutes na kutumia.
Uko sure?
Nancy, mimi siwezi kudanganya.
The only thing you can be sure of is your rate on Airtel. With 1 bob, una get 5 MBs and 2 bob per minute to all networks. No expiry, no conditions. Dial *544*2#.
Sana kutumia.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Over the years, Mount Kenya University has built an indomitable brand through provision of quality degree programs. And now, MKU has embraced technical and vocational education and training through Equip Africa Institute, which is accredited by TVET Authority to offer certificate and diploma programs in hospitality, travel and tourism management, business studies, education, computing and informatics, engineering and social sciences. Intake is in progress.
Every day, NTV News Team moves you to the center of the action.
The security forces who took part in this operation.
Police are not taking anything to chance.
Moves you to the heart of the story to witness and record history.
Rendering the declared results null and void.
Telling the story of Kenya.
The growing importance of border in Mandera.
Matatus will be on strike.
And beyond.
The politics in the United States capital.
It is the 7th edition of the Global Education taking place in Dubai.
When it comes to business, we crunch the numbers and unpack the detail with the latest information for your investment decision.
It's time to say goodbye to this note and karibu to this note.
In order for the manufacturing sector to be elevated from the ground.
Despite the government's promise to create at least 1.3 million jobs.
Moves you fast past the planes and trucks to bring you the triumphs and joys of our great men and women.
Moving stories that touch our hearts.
I didn't know that I could go back to school.
The back.
This is NTV.
It is the 10th day of the new year of our Lord 2020. Happy New Year to you, this being my first broadcast of the new year. I trust you've been keeping well wherever you're watching us from. We are coming to you live from the nation's center here in the capital city, Nairobi. The top stories. Tonight, the Building Bridges initiative is building walls and divisions.
Anapiga kifua lakini hajasoma.
Waseme tunakataa ripoti ya BBI kwa sababu haina vyeo, tunataka vyeo iongezwe ndio tuweze kubadili.
In session, Raila Odinga takes his turn on stage.
Unaona ni kitu kidogo sana. Arudi sio? Sio. Anabweka kama mbwa huko. Hakuja bweka hapa.
And quote summons Attorney General over debacle. Also tonight, the Locust's invasion is not relenting. The government has insufficient funds to fight them, but promises relief in 2 weeks.
Ukiona mdudu wote ambaye mnafikiria ni Locust, tafadhali mpige picha, weka kwa social media na itatufikia.
And the bumpy road to Luya unity.
Atuole anakaa na wengine anasema tuende Mungu. Lazima tuwe na siri yetu.
It is not a king-making meeting.
The making of Tangatanga's kitchen cabinet, and a glimpse into a legislator's New Year resolutions.
Mimi nimeacha pombe mwaka huu, lakini hiyo miaka ingine tulikuwa tunakunywa na muradhe.
Bullseye is back.
This is NTV Weekend Edition with Edmond Nyabola.
Welcome to the broadcast. Our sign language interpreter for the night is David Agondoa. And David, Happy New Year to you, my friend. To our top story tonight, Attorney General Paul Kihara Kariuki has been summoned by the High Court to explain why the government has failed to comply with a court order that allowed lawyer and politician Miguna back into the country. Kariuki is expected to appear in person on Monday, January 13th, as ordered by Justice John Mativo. At the same time, ODM leader Raila Odinga says Miguna should be allowed back into the country. Mel Miendo begins our broadcast tonight.
ODM leader Raila Odinga has broken his silence over the tribulations faced by lawyer Miguna in his attempt to return to the country, while dispelling rumors that he was behind the lawyer-cum-politician's woes. Odinga says Miguna should be allowed back.
Arudi sio? Sio? Kwa hiyo nataka hivi. Kupea kalele bio anabweka kama mbwa huko. Hakuja bweka hapa.
Since his deportation, the court has issued several orders to allow him back, but the government has ignored each one.
We want a game of inclusivity. We want everybody, and I want you to know that nobody fears Miguna.
Now, Justice John Mativo has summoned Attorney General Kihara Kariuki to explain the hold-up.
This is a proper case for this court to flex its muscles and exercise its inherent jurisdiction. I direct the Honorable Attorney General or a senior representative from his office to attend this court.
The judge wants the AG to explain why the government was yet to lift a red alert barring Miguna from flying to Kenya.
One core value of the rule of law is obedience of court orders. These values are not put there for cosmetic purposes.
The state maintains that Miguna needs to put his paperwork in order.
It is therefore upon the petition to move the relevant government agencies and apply to be reissued with a new generation passport.
The position is very clear. The state made an order that Miguna can even enter using his own ID card. He does not have to enter using a passport at all.
The two parties are expected to appear before Judge Mativo on Monday, 13th January. Mel Miendo, NTV.
Now, the decision by Nairobi members of County Assembly to hand over the management of the city to the Nairobi Regeneration Committee has been opposed by legal experts who describe it as illegal. Instead, the city MCAs have been advised to seek proper advice on the way forward. With Sonko barred from office, residents are now worried that the lack of leadership in the county could affect delivery of service. Silas Apollo has more.
Emily Adwar
After weeks of uncertainty on the leadership of Nairobi City County, MCAs, a task that Speaker Beatrice Elachi says will be done with the help of County Executive Committee members. But now that move may turn to haunt the House, with a section of lawyers terming it illegal.
It lacks legal foundation to perform functions that are constitutionally assigned elsewhere. So to solve
the question of what may have informed the decision by the MCAs to opt for the regeneration team, which some argued had failed to deliver on its mandate. Others find the timing suspect, coming on the heels of calls for a transfer of the management of the county back to the national government. To others, the route taken by the Assembly points to fears they have harbored for some time now, that it is all about ejecting Sonko from his seat.
Our position at the Senate Devolution Committee is very clear that the governor of Nairobi is still the governor. He has ceased being governor. He has only been barred from accessing the office for purposes of preservation of the evidence, or rather even interaction with the personnel in the county.
It is not possible to do things in 30 days.
The Najib Balala, a mandate it failed to deliver on. And while Speaker Elachi says the responsibilities of the team will be limited, others have questioned the basis through which the team will operate. That's because the powers of managing the affairs of the county and transacting business on behalf of the county only rest on the governor, deputy governor, and in some instances, the Assembly.
Mechanisms of dubious legality, such as appointing the Nairobi regeneration team.
And while opinion remains divided on the matter, it is no secret that the long-term implication of this drama will be unfulfilled promises and lack of services to the residents of the capital city, and even the possible loss of billions of shillings in the form.
Now says the forums being held to popularize the Building Bridges Initiative report are a waste of public resources at a time when the economy is in a tough spot. Ruto says the forums, which are happening with the blessing of the head of state, are being used by people whose plans are not captured in the report and want to sneak them in.
Deputy President William Ruto says that there are people with an insinuation that he's speaking about ODM party leader Raila Odinga.
Na wawe watu waaminifu, waseme tunakataa ripoti ya BBI kwa sababu haina vyeo, tunataka vyeo iongezwe ndio tuweze kubaliana na waseme wawache hii ukora mingi.
10 billion shillings was allocated to the BBI process in the 2019-2020 national budget, one which has the blessing of the cabinet. But the deputy president is of the view that the spending on the project is wasteful.
A report that has been accepted by all Kenyans. Why is there a campaign? Why are we using public resources? Where do they find money to go campaigning for a document that has no opposition?
For the DP and his allies, the BBI matter has extended its stay in the national discourse.
Hatuwezi kuwa tunakuwa na mzungukano ya maneno na siasa for the last 2 years. Tumeongea handshake, tumeongea BBI for the last 2 years. Sasa jameni, si tumalizane na hiyo ukurasa tufunge.
The deputy president says that the ultimate decision remains with the people of Kenya.
That now it is not the citizens to read, it is for politicians and their entourage to read. That it is not for citizens to decide, and it will be decided by some group of people who have vested interests.
Another round of jabs in the battle, a battle that is founded in what has been sold as a platform for peace and unity. Dan Mwangi, NTV.
Now, the calm that followed the storm that was the 2017 presidential election was welcomed across the board and credited to the handshake between President Uhuru Kenyatta and opponent Raila Odinga. And while it is hoped that the Building Bridges initiative will grow deep roots and anchor that peace, the bickering that preceded its publishing and now the idea of a referendum stand to gain.
Yeah, some people so overzealous about this referendum is because they are chasing personal interest.
Conclusion, its true intent was to secure the interests of a few. Suspicions, the experts say, were not entirely unwarranted.
There are a lot of vested interests, and the vested interests which are conflicting. On one hand, Raila Odinga, the president. On the other, Ruto, But even between Raila Odinga and the president, none of them is chasing the same interests.
Only a few people fought for freedom. But how many people benefited out of the freedom? Although the elite benefited more through acquisition of property and positions after the independence came, but the Kenyan people were liberated by the few. So I look at the BBI initiative in that light, that there are those that will benefit more from the initiative than others.
So while he may say the BBI is not about extending his grip on power post his presidency, what does President Kenyatta stand to gain?
The president's interest is to secure his legacy, but he's increasingly uncomfortable with the Ruto presidency. And if you are Machiavellian, the first business of any politician is to deal with those who help them come to power.
What of his co-principal in the handshake? What does Raila Odinga stand to gain?
Raila Odinga's personal interest is to make sure that William Ruto does not succeed Uhuru Kenyatta. And if the BBI can help him achieve that, he will be a very happy person.
That brings us to the man who, though he may not have been party to the handshake, is a thorn in President Kenyatta and Odinga's side, according to the scientists, on account of his 2022 presidential ambition.
Ruto wants to look after a united nation. I think even if he wants to become a president, he doesn't want a divided country. One man, one vote. That is the position Ruto takes. But Raila Odinga, because of the experience he has had in 2007, in 2013, he thinks that under that kind of arrangement, he's not capable of raising enough numbers to hold executive power.
The agenda that was sold to Kenyans as one set to improve the lives of all has been cited as being a platform for the handshake duo to secure their interests.
In Kenya, we take rumors seriously, especially in politics. We don't take anything by chance. So tukasikia hiyo BBI wamekwenda kupanga vile watagawanya viti na vile Uhuru ataendelea baada ya hii kitu. And there was nothing about the country. It is about those two.
That said, the county governors want 45% of the national resources channeled to the counties.
Any political change has its casualties. It's like a revolution. And I believe that some people will be hurt by the process, hurt in the sense that their expectations will be frustrated, while others will gain once these things have been put on paper.
So where does that leave Wanjiku? Do her leaders' interests intersect with her expectations?
Kama itakuja hiyo BBI, kwanza agriculture yoko hapo ndani, tuone maziwa itatoka nauli gani, tuone kahawa yetu itatoka namna gani, majani yetu itatoka namna gani.
Ni watu wa bunge ndio wanapanga maneno, unaona? Si waachi wananchi individual, si tupange. Sasa unaona wakipanga huko, unakumbuka ile siku yenyewe walikuwa wanaleta hiyo nini? Hiyo mada. Si unaona walikuwa wana oppose nini? Sonko asiongee. Sonko alikuwa anatetea sauti yetu. Sasa unaona si tutafinyiliwa.
Mambo ya BBI ya vitabu na nini, hiyo hatujui ni nini. Kwa sababu mwisho bado tutakuwa maskini na wao waendelee kuwa matajiri. Kwa hivyo BBI si ya mwananchi wa kawaida, BBI ni ya matajiri.
Not yet Uhuru appears to be Wanjiku's cry as she seeks to be liberated from the shackles of poverty, ignorance, hunger and disease.
Nothing wrong benefiting the elite. In an event, if these leadership positions are created, it's not the masses who are going to occupy them.
Orengo says that, look, there is already a technical committee. When was this committee of experts put in place? That shows the lack of inclusivity.
Launching the BBI.
Still, hope remains. Hope, when all is said and done, Wanjiku's interests will supersede those of her leaders.
Mambo ya BBI haimaanishi kwamba tukiwa na amani lazima uletee chakula kwa nyumba. Kwa hivyo mwenzangu akisema ati BBI itajenga tu matajiri, hiyo ni uongo. Inajenga hata sisi hapa.
Olive Barrows, NTV.
Very interesting views from Kenyans there. We'd like to know what you think. The hashtag is NTV Weekend Edition, at NTV Kenya, at Nyabola Edmond. What is your slice of the BBI? If I could use that line that you see down there. Tell us what you think about that, and of course, as opposed to what they want as political leaders in the country. But away from that, Gatundu Member of Parliament, Gatundu South Member of Parliament, I should say, Moses Kuria, will be spending the night at Kilimani Police Station here in Nairobi following his arrest for allegedly assaulting a woman. This is despite a court issuing an order for his immediate release. A number of legislators allied to Deputy President William Ruto have camped at the station trying to secure his release. Vincent Odur was there.
Kamata on Friday morning. This time it was aimed at nabbing Gatundu South Member of Parliament Moses Kuria. Kuria was arrested in Westlands by DCI detectives and taken to Kilimani Police Station. For hours upon hours, Kuria was interrogated by police over allegations that he physically abused a woman called Joyce Wanja on December 8th last year. Wanja claims that on that day, she had just taken part in a TV political show with Kuria when the incident happened. Wanja says Kuria landed a blow on her, sending her to the ground.
Kanipiga ngumi, nikaanguka, nikasaidiwa na wenzangu.
But Kuria, in his recorded statement, maintains that he was the complainant in the case. And after hours of interrogation, Kuria was taken into the cell while MPs allied to Deputy President William Ruto camped at the station to try get him freed. The legislators claim that Kuria is being frustrated for his stand against the government on BBI and for joining Ruto's camp.
He has shared messages with other members of parliament. He has shared messages with other members of parliament on the apparent threats of him being threatened that he shall not be allowed. And by whatever means, they will not allow him to go back to the William Ruto camp.
Wakimuondoa katika kituo hiki cha polisi, watampeleka katika mahakama gani? Mahakama ile moja ambao hawa vibaraka wamekataa kufuata na kukubali Miguna arudi nchini, ama wako na mahakama yao Kangaroo Court.
Mimi mlikuwa mmenishika, mlinitisha. Moses Kuria mumemshika mara mingi. Mnafikiria hii moja ndio itamtisha? Yeye amekuwa jera mara mingi. Hata ni yeye chairman wetu ambao wamefungwa jera mara mingi. Me, I'm just an intern. Moses Kuria is the chairman.
Kuria, who has vowed to remain firm, claims that he had recorded his statement as a complainant on the matter at the station on 10th December last year, while Wanja says she reported the matter on 12th December last year, but police never took action. A number of legislators allied to Deputy President William Ruto, who had unsuccessfully tried to secure the release of Kuria, have vowed to camp here at night, fearing that Kuria might be transferred from the station in the wee hours of the night. Vincent Odur, NTV, Nairobi.
From the capital to the coast, and a woman believed to have stolen a newborn baby in Mombasa has been arrested and is due in court on Monday. The suspect, identified as Amina Juma, was found with the baby, and when examined, she showed no signs of a newly nursing mother, indicating that she was not the mother of the baby in her possession. Baby Brown Njuguna was stolen from his mother, Victoria Zubeida, 2 days after he was born at Mikindani Medical Center in Jomvu Sub-County. At the time of his rescue, he was severely dehydrated and running a high fever and is currently recuperating in hospital. It's time for a short break on NTV Weekend Edition. When we come back, we have a story on those menacing locusts and why you need to take a picture and tweet about it. Stay with us.
Your multi-bet is on its way to hit the bullseye. Oh, you lose one match, but only in Mozart. Mozart Refund, lose one game, get your cash back. Make a decision. Terms and conditions apply.
Are you one of the three? Tulia, brought to you by Kenya's leading banks. Just link your phone today via your bank app or bank USSD.
Every day, NTV News Team moves you to the center of the action. The security forces who took part in this operation.
Police are not taking anything to chance it.
Moves you to the heart of the story to witness and record history.
Rendering the declared results null and void.
Telling the story of Kenya.
The growing importance of border in Mandera.
Matatus will be on strike.
And beyond.
The politics in the United States capital.
It is the 7th edition of the Global Education taking place in Dubai.
When it comes to business, we crunch the numbers and unpack the detail with the latest information for your investment decision.
It's time to say goodbye to this note and karibu to this note.
In order for the manufacturing sector to be elevated from the ground.
Despite the government's promise to create at least 1.3 million jobs.
Moves you fast past the planes and trucks to bring you the triumphs and joys of our great men and women.
Moving stories that touch our hearts.
I didn't know that I could go back to school.
The Back to School program has brought hope to these young mothers.
NTV News. News that moves you.
Hatutakuwa tukipotezeana muda rafiki yangu.
Akili yangu ina mambo mengi bwana.
Sasa hiyo akili yenye mambo mengi ndio ingefanya kazi haraka iyapunguze na kuyaondoa.
Hoteli imeamua kwamba itafuta kazi wafanyakazi wote walioanza kazi karibuni. Kisha baadaye itatujulisha kama itafuta kazi wafanyakazi walioanza kazi kitambo.
Aha, shamba wenyewe macho meupe kama msiokuwa na haya. Mwaiuza. Hamkakutana nao kwa mnadani.
Aliyekuambia shamba itauzwa mnadani ni nani?
Angelikuwa ni mtoto wangu mimi, usingenilaumu. Sonia aambiliki.
Lakini mtoto hukunjwa akali mbichi.
Huyu wako amekauka.
We are the Cooperative Bank. We are you.
This is NTV Weekend Edition with Edmond Nyabola.
Welcome back to NTV Weekend Edition. Now, the government has assured Kenyans that the locust invasion will be contained in the next 2 weeks. That is, if it mobilizes the funds it needs to combat the destructive pest. Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Mwangi Kunjuri says that even though Kenya has the technical capacity to effectively get rid of the locusts, it lacks the financial muscle to do so. Nayoma Sampao now reports that the number of counties invaded has now risen to 6.
254 million is the magic number that the Ministry of Agriculture says will help the country to completely get rid of the desert locust invasion. But according to the Ministry of Agriculture, the magic is not taking.
We had requested for 254 million. And we are lucky that today morning I had a discussion with FAO. And they promised that they are going to give us, by the end of the day, they have passed a budget of 50 million.
The ministry says that the money is needed to acquire additional aircrafts and pesticides because the country only has 2. But for counties that neighbor those already invaded, this is not pleasing to hear.
We are releasing very little doses for long distances, but it's still very effective. URV is ultra low volume spray of nitrathione, applied at half a liter per hectare. And it is very safe. Both, it just attacks the locust and is safe for the non-target, particularly human beings. So I can assure you it is a safe pesticide.
Concerns had been raised about the health implications of the aerial spraying, but has maintained that the pesticides being used are low volume and therefore have no impact on human health. However, livestock in the areas being sprayed are required not to feed on the vegetation for at least half a day.
Na ile tugeuliza wananchi ni kuwa waangalifu. Masaa ya kutoka saa 10 jioni, saa 11, saa 12 mpaka saa 1. Ili waweze kujua ni mahali gani zimekuja, zimetua na hapo ndizo watalala. Kwa sababu lazima tupambane na hawa kabla hawajaamka kwenda. Na ile saa mzuri sana ni kuanzisha saa 12 asubuhi mpaka saa 2 asubuhi. Mkiona mdudu wote ambaye mnafikiria ni locust, tafadhali mpige picha, weka kwa social media na itatufikia. either social media, wale watapata, at least tutamonitor hata sisi social media.
Samburu County has become the 6th county to report desert locust invasion, and the government is urging Kenyans to be vigilant.
Nataka kusema kwamba ndege moja haitoshi, kwa sababu zige wanaweza kuwa walikuwa nakula pande ingine ambaye ni kwa pali watu wanalisha ng'ombe saa ingine, lakini pande hii hakuna hii misitu mingi.
As insect scientists warn of the risks of invasion in the rest of the country, some counties have started setting up emergency committees to assess the risks.
Over 2 million Kenyans were among the 113 people who faced acute food insecurity last year in the whole world. Now the country stares at a possible increase in these numbers owing to locust invasion, which has so far hit 6 counties. Nayoma Sampao, NTV, Nairobi.
And now let's have a look at some of the tweets that we have seen from Kenyans. Of course, CS Kiunjuri being trolled by Kenyans after that statement that whatever insect or whatever it is that they suspect could be locusts should be taken a picture of and tweeted about. And so this gentleman here says, Jacounty Ogola Dad is asking CS Kiunjuri, could these be the locusts? I don't know if you can see that. Those two certain insects there as well. Yes, the next one is Edmond who says another group of deadly locusts. These ones are busy destroying both our president and our future. Oh yeah, yes, Kiunjuri, you see that picture there, I think of cabinet it is. And that's his locust, at least that he wants the government to deal with. Patriot Mirichi says, yes, Kiunjuri, take pictures if suspected locusts. And then Locust, Kenyans after CS Kiunjuri's directive, the head of state, they are taking a picture of what, at least in this image or tweet, looks like locusts then there. The Duke of Isiolo says, spotted a garbage in Isiolo. CS Kiunjuri confirm if it is a locust. It actually does look like a locust, but it is what appears to be some tool with legs and other things, but it does look like a locust, I have to say. So perhaps CS Kiunjuri will clear the air on that. And this is J.N. Shine who says, CS Kiunjuri, please confirm if this is an insect. I suspect it is a locust. You do see what that is. And yes, one more. And Dexter here says, breaking news. Which kind of locust is this? CS Kiunjuri, he asks. Now kiss. Well, you see what that is. But, well, CS Kiunjuri will tell us. The wall here says we have identified the insect, CS Kiunjuri. There is the picture of what appears to be, well, certainly the face of CS Kiunjuri attached to a locust. So they also they seek clarification on that as well. And these are some of the tweets that Kenyans have been, posting online and trolling the CS for Agriculture upon making that statement earlier today during that press briefing on insects and locusts that have invaded certain parts of the country. This second one, this upcoming story is actually no laughing matter, and it touches closer home. Media personality and senior news anchor at K24, Anjali Gadvi, has succumbed to cancer after a long battle. Gadvi, who battled both liver and lung cancer, died Friday while undergoing treatment at the Aga Khan University Hospital.
Wow, this is a phenomenal platform with all of you over here. Now, today we will be...
Since publicly sharing her battle with the disease, Anjali Gadhi continued inspiring hope and creating awareness about the disease which had left her in and out of hospital.
In as much as you have cancer, there's something spiritual that happens to, I think, a lot of us.
In 2015, Anjali disclosed that she had been diagnosed with liver cancer and had been in and out of the country for treatment. The treatment cost her millions and depleted her reserves. Through the hashtag I Support Anjali, Kenyans raised millions that aided her surgery in 2016. Upon her return, she was cancer-free and in remission. However, in August of 2019, Anjali returned to India for specialized treatment. Upon her return, she tweeted, and I quote, "I had an intense cyberknife treatment early February this year. The area treated was large, hence the recovery period took its time. The body and disease has responded to this form of treatment, and I had to finish what was left. Praying done and over." End of quote. Cyberknife robotic radio surgery is a non-invasive treatment for cancerous and non-cancerous tumors and other medical conditions.
As survivors, as thrivers, and this is why I say we are thrivers. We're not just surviving out there.
On an episode of She Word in October of last year, a month of breast and liver cancer awareness, Anjali spoke on her battle with the illness.
What's also sad is that, 6 months later, my liver transplant was successful, but it hit me, and it hit me in the lungs because it metastasized.
The liver and cancer did not stop Anjali from carrying out her duties as a broadcast journalist for over 7 years. Until her demise Friday, she served as a senior news anchor and producer at Media Max. She is survived by her husband and 2 daughters. Gladys Gashanja, NTV.
A very kind and humble human being Anjali was, and this has actually touched very close and closer home in the media industry. And more grace to her husband and 2 kids, and may her soul rest in peace. To another sad story. A somber mood engulfed Eldama Ravine in Baringo County this Friday during the mass funeral ceremony of 5 people who perished in a road accident on New Year's Eve. The 5 died after a night party to usher in the new year when their vehicle veered off the road and hit a culvert along the Poror-Eldama Ravine road. While addressing the mourners, Baringo Governor Stanley Kiptis eulogized the 5, saying it was a big blow to lose the youthful souls who had a promising future.
Wachungaji pia tunaweza andamana pamoja nao ili tuweze huko ndio unaenda kufanya kazi Torongo. Steven Sawe Pastor
nasema pole tena ilifikia hapo kwanza ile mutio.
Away from that, and members of Parliament and the Parliamentary Health Committee have come out to express their distaste at the recommendations made by the National Health Insurance Fund. NHIF has proposed, among other changes, that a member who defaults will have to start paying afresh and will only be able to enjoy the benefits after 90 days. But now the chairperson of the Parliamentary Health Committee, Sabina Chege, has called for the suspension of the recommendations until they are discussed further. That should be in Parliament. Let's take a look.
The National Health Insurance Fund, which has stood the test of time for 53 years, is under scrutiny following the recommendations which it made public. Among other things, the organization proposes to reduce the number of dependents to only 1 spouse and 5 children. Speaking in Kigumo, Muranga, the chairperson of the Parliamentary Health Committee, Sabina Chege, stated that she was caught off guard when NHIF published the recommendations before the committee, which plays an oversight role in the Ministry of Health, had a chance to review them. She added that the recommendations are not in line with the universal health coverage, which the government is planning to roll out.
I did not expect NHIF to do what they did. We have already instructed our clerk to write to NHIF and to tell them to suspend those recommendations until we meet them on 26th, because the earliest we can be able to meet now that we are on recess is on 26th. I'm hoping that letter has gone out today, and I'd like to tell the board, kindly, before you implement some of these recommendations, it is important that you consult us as the Oversight Committee of Parliament. We are the people's representative, and surely some of the things there, you seem like you also don't live in Kenya.
She said the committee had allocated 21 billion shillings in the supplementary budget on top of the 90 billion shillings which had been allocated in the main budget. Gena Kirori, NTV.
Now, the government is continuing to set up security patrol bases along the porous Kenya-Somalia border in an effort to tame the Al-Shabaab militants. Government has issued a tough warning to anyone seeking to disturb the peace. Our regional correspondent Nurdin Elmoge has more.
This is Konton settlement. It is 9 kilometers away from the Kenyan border with Somalia, an issue that exposed this center to terrorist activities. The armed militia have kidnapped 6 locals, including 3 Kenya police reservists from the area within the last 6 months.
Hiyo shabab sukaisi wamekuja hapa, ardhi yetu shabab wameingia kwa sababu watu ya Somalia wamefukuzwa. Sasa unataka kuharibu amani yetu ya Kenya.
The armed militia have over time destroyed infrastructure such as telecommunication masts, health centers and learning institutions in settlements along the border. Area youth are believed to have been absorbed into the terror group.
I'm appealing to the government to have a window, give a window for those wayward kids that have subscribed to Al-Shabaab to be given an amnesty for a period of 1 month as we allow them to come and surrender themselves.
The government is working on boosting security in the area as locals and even government officials have been living in fear. Some chiefs, assistant chiefs, medical officers and teachers have even abandoned their duty stations over fears of attacks.
Mimi na kijana yetu ya KBR na itwa hiyo maawzli kama hiyo serikali wamekuja kwa hiyo town wamefuata kwa hiyo mguu lazima siku karibu wameisha hiyo kwa mambo ya hiyo shabab.
The local leadership has joined top security officials in the region in communicating the government security strategies to most affected areas. Nurtin Almoge, NTV, Wajir County.
Ex-military man Peter Mugure, who is the prime suspect in the murder of his wife Joyce Siombua and her 2 children, Shanice Mawa and Prince Michael, has today pleaded not guilty to 3 counts of murder. When the first count was read to Mugure, he wanted to address the court on pertinent issues before he took plea, but Judge Jairus Nga entered a plea of not guilty on all counts. The judge said that issues Mugure wanted to speak about would be heard during the trial and ordered the prosecution to supply the defense team with witness statements. Mugure has been in custody for close to 2 months and his plea taking had been deferred 3 times due to lack of a mental assessment report. The pre-trial conference will now be held on January the 23rd. Just about 40 minutes past the hour. Let's take another short break on NTV Weekend Edition. When we come back, I have the business news. Stay with us.
Je, maumivu ya kichwa na kukosesha amani? Kaluma Strong hutuliza maumivu ya kichwa, maumivu ya mwili na hata huondoa joto jingi mwilini. Kaluma Strong ina aspirin kama kiungo. Maumivu yakizidi, muone daktari.
I am pleased by just the simple little things of life. And I promise if you take the time, you won't be looking for too long before you find this little secret of mine.
We are the Cooperative Bank. We are you.
It's now time for NTV Business, and the number of tourist arrivals last year increased by just 1.2% compared to 2018, representing the increasing challenge that the government faces in making the country a more attractive proposition for tourists the world over. Earnings from tourism went up by 3.9% to 163.6 billion shillings from 157.4 billion shillings in 2018. Here's Lillian Kiarie with the sector's annual performance.
The growth of 1.2% in the number of tourists who visited Kenya last year is a wake-up call not only for stakeholders in the industry, but also for policymakers in other government ministries. The reason? Kenya has potential for far much higher growth per annum if only the key reforms can be implemented in the tourism industry. Going forward, one thing is certain, that competition from regional neighbors will become stiffer. Arrivals through the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport stood at 1.42 million, making up 70% of total arrivals. Mombasa's Moi International Airport had 128,222 visitors access the country through it. These numbers have raised concerns in government.
It's more expensive to go to Rwanda than go to maybe London.
I think it's very important for the government to establish a state department of aviation where they can be focused and increase an investment into the aviation sector. So issues of turbulences of Kenya Airways needs to be addressed quickly. The issues of, again, inefficiency and frustration at Kenya Airport authorities and Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, those are issues need to be addressed.
Yet again, the United States of America was Kenya's leading source market, with 2019 numbers growing by 9% to 245,437 arrivals. Kenya Airways direct flights to New York have played a key role in boosting the number of Americans visiting Kenya for tourism or business purposes, and it is hoped that the same can be said of trade volumes between the two nations. Uganda was second with 223,000 tourists, while Tanzania, with whom Kenya has had a number of diplomatic tiffs in recent years, was third with 193.7 thousand. The United Kingdom was fourth with 181,000, representing a drop which has been attributed to Brexit, and in fifth place was India with 122.6 thousand. China, Germany, France, Italy and South Africa complete the top 10 in that order. Most of the visitors were between 35 to 44 years old. The new data comes hot on the heels of reports that some entities in the hospitality industry are scaling down their operations or even folding up in light of tough economic times.
All hotels are closing down. It's only one hotel that is closing down. But the way you're presenting it is gloomy. I am opening the Pullman Hotel, managed by the Accor Group from France. 300 rooms are opening.
The report indicates that about 63.5% of tourists coming into the country come in for holidays, while 13.5% of them just come in for business. The rest usually come in to visit their friends or family or even for educational purposes. Now, CS Balala is disputing these numbers, saying that there are actually more tourists who are coming in for business, but they just prefer saying that they are here for holiday to avoid disclosing their financial situation. Lillian Kiarie, NTV.
Now, Transport Cabinet Secretary James Macharia has confirmed Philip Mainga to the post of Managing Director of the Kenya Railways Corporation. Mainga has been the acting MD since August 2018. Reasons behind the delay in his confirmation could be due to the boardroom wrangles, given the lucrative nature of the posting, coupled with the wait for the contract of the previous MD, Atanas Maina's tenure to lapse. Maina left the post following allegations of corruption. Mainga takes charge at a time when the corporation is still grappling with ways of increasing revenue for the standard gauge railway. Kenya Railways is also seeking to revamp commuter rail services in the capital in projects that will need billions of shillings. And the second phase of construction of the Nairobi City's Ngong Road, which runs from the Prestige Junction up to the Goreti Corner, is 79% complete. The 3.4-kilometer stretch is being built at a cost of 2.4 billion shillings through a grant from the Japanese government. According to engineer Wilfred Oginga, who is the project team leader for the construction of Phase 2 of Ngong Road, the project will be completed by April. Given the many junctions along Ngong Road, the Kenya Urban Roads Authority will set up an intelligent system that will be able to allocate priority to the road with heavier traffic.
Earlier on, commuters, the average commute time for this section was approximately 2 hours. Even though we have not finished Phase 2, already we have reduced the commute time at peak hours to approximately 30 to 40 minutes. And we expect that to go down drastically to maybe up to 20 to 30 minutes when we finally finish the project. And currently, the amount of money that the authority utilizes out of our budget in relocation of services is approximately 17% of our funds, which is such a huge amount.
The Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority plans to develop improved and robust regulations for retail stations that will limit mushrooming of substandard stations. The goal is listed, among others, as one of the prospective targets for this year. The proliferation of substandard retail stations creates a hazard for members of the public as they do not meet the required safety standards. EPRA also hopes to open regional offices in order to boost its enforcement and surveillance capabilities. In March, EPRA is scheduled to host a Research and Innovation Week to showcase the research it is undertaking, besides engaging the academia and members of the public on matters pertaining to its mandate. I am alive. I survived the business broadcast tonight. It's not my forte, and so Dan Mwangi will be pleased that I held it well tonight. Let's take another short break. When we come back, it's time for Bullseye. Please stay with us.
Prepare yourself for a new live bet experience. Top minute, boosted live bet odds. Mozart, make a decision.
Tulia with PesaLink. Whether for school fees, supplier payments, or interbank transfers, move money directly into the bank account instantly and conveniently via PesaLink in 3 easy steps. Step 1. Select PesaLink on your bank app or USSD. Step 2. Select either send to phone or send to account. Step 3. Input the phone or account number to send money to and confirm the transaction. PesaLink. Easy, affordable, instant.
Look at this. And this. So this? Why is this so? The culture of good driving and road safety starts with attending the right driving school and receiving the right driving instructions. Now you know. AA Kenya.
Register today for your driving classes. Dial *650#.
For 100 years now, AA has walked with you throughout the journey. Automobile Association of Kenya. You never drive alone.
Molfix breathable surface developed with Airsoft technology is very soft and provides the best Molfix skincare.
I've found the best diaper for my baby's sensitive skin.
All babies deserve a high-quality diaper. You should also try Molfix.
Welcome back to the broadcast. It's now time for the favorite part, for many at least, of our Friday bulletin. Now, scoring goals is all that matters in a political contest. At least that's what the participants in this game have taught us. The end justifies the means, and if losing a friend is what it takes, then, well, so be it. Friends are being lost and made in quick succession, and as Emmanuel Juma now reports on Bullseye, the drums have sounded and the main players have hit the road ahead of schedule.
The drums have sounded. Now, William is not just any other entertainer. This is drumming up support, but even more accurately, beating the drums of war, political war.
Watu waache kulalamika, mambo bado. Wanalalamika nini mapema? Ama ni aje?
Na upindue ukweli. And in preparation for this war, the War Council, a kitchen cabinet, has been constituted.
So the unga in a mix vizuri.
Murkomen is one of them, and boy, he's really mixing it up.
The investment tumeweka kwa Rais Uhuru Kenyatta na chama cha Jubilee ni investment kubwa sana. Na nataka niwaambie wale wa mpango wa KANU ambao wanafikiria watavuna pahali hawajapanda ya kwamba we are not about to separate ourselves with Jubilee and Uhuru Kenyatta. That is our investment.
Na ni mwaigua family ya goko na family ya mheshimiwa His Excellency.
And in that spirit of knowing things, one Kanini Kega, the little sweet thing, appeared to have had little knowledge about the prevailing political environment.
Nyinyi watu ambao mnapanga mpango ya nyuma hapa, msijifanye mnajua Uhuru Kenyatta sana na hata kushinda sisi. Ati wewe umetumwa na Uhuru Kenyatta. Tunajua Uhuru Kenyatta wakati atatuma mtu na atatuma namna gani. Si ati ni mzee amekaa ovyo ovyo namna hii.
It's all about scoring political goals.
Piga bao la mwaka.
Uhuru haendi pahali popote. Mtengeneza katiba apate nafasi.
Hawa ni mabroka, ni madalali, hawa ni watu ambao ni matapeli ambao wamekosa kazi ya kufanya. Waende watafute mambo ingine. Wawachane na chama ya Jubilee, wawachane na kiongozi wa Jubilee, sisi tuko na kazi ya kufanya.
Ajali akipata nafasi ya kuwa prime minister ni sawa.
Kazi imechoka. That, it appears, is not enough. You may have to say it again and again. He could be in that state of kuchoka, but he's just getting started.
Amekula ubusuma nende lihubi na pamoja na ingoho na pamoja na imondo.
Talk of ingoho and imondo, and you have the ears of the men of Mulembe.
We have organized a meeting of elders.
Mtu anakaa tu kwake, anasema ataenda Buhungu kuchagua kiongozi wa Waluya.
January meeting is for king making. This is not true.
Atuole anakaa na wengine anasema tuende Buhungu. Lazima tuwe na siri yetu.
It is not a king making meeting, and I'm not interested in king making people.
Mtu ambaye amewahi kusimama kura na hakupata kura 200 ndiye anataka kuja Kakamega kusema huyu ndio kiongozi wa Waluya.
Na wewe kama hapana unga BBI mkono, kaa nyumbani na unyamaze.
So, are the Luyas united?
No, in Luya community we have camps.
We are more than 100% united. This issue that there is elusive unity, and this thing always comes from the media, you should stop it.
Why does this keep happening? No wonder even straightforward things like a firm handshake are not as simple as they look.
Me, hello Your Excellency, Ruto, holding on to my hand. We jamaa umekuwa ukinichapa sana. Me, Your Excellency, Ruto, still holding on to my hand tightly. Wewe lazima sasa nikugonge.
Nimesalimiana na jamaa mwingine hapo. Amenishika mkono. Karibu ikue kama ile ya Mutua.
Mutua, what scared you the most about the handshake?
Ni akanishika mkono kwa nguvu.
Ati nimemsalimia tu hivi. Hapa.
And I told him what had transpired.
How about this? Maybe Washiali should have reported the villager to the police for eating his money, right?
No, let all. No, you're interested.
Interestingly, we have exported some of our bad manners abroad.
Our president will start a war with Iran because he has absolutely no ability to negotiate. He's weak and he's ineffective. So the only way he figures that he's going to get reelected, and as sure as you're sitting there, is to start a war with Iran. I believe that he will attack Iran sometime prior to the election because he thinks that's the only way.
Lakini hiyo miaka ingine tulikuwa tunakunywa na muradhe. Umesema tu umeacha pombe. Na hiyo maneno tumeyapata na tumeyasikia.
We need a song.
Uthio amwathani Jesu nabwo kogwakwa niguka. Geithia Jesu muoyo-ini.
Emmanuel Juma, Bullseye, NTV.
Let's sing our way to another break because the sports is up next with Ida Waringa.
APU offers international students opportunities to study at an affordable cost. APU is recognized for its commitment in offering top-notch digital technology courses. For free application services, contact our local representative or visit their offices in Nairobi and Mombasa.
Kenyan men are very faithful, true or scam? Kenyan ladies do not cheat, true or scam?
The rich also cry, but so far ni sonko moja nimesikia kipiga nduru.
Kama unataka kujua kwa wapi, bonyeza moja.
Hello 999, how can we help you?
Yeah, I think I am being attacked.
Can you please speak loudly?
Do you love me? Do you love my money? Do you love me? Do you love me, baby? I wanna chase a
With Lipa na M-Pesa, you get more.
Lipa na M-Pesa.
Every 100 shillings spent on Lipa na M-Pesa earns you an entry into the draw. Do more with Lipa na M-Pesa.
Your multi-bet is on its way to hit the bullseye. Oh, you lose one match, but only in Mozart. Mozart Refund, lose one game, get your cash back. Make a decision. Terms and conditions apply.
Hatutakuwa tukipotezeana muda rafiki yangu. Akili yangu ina mambo mengi bwana. Sasa hiyo akili yenye mambo mengi ndio ingefanya kazi haraka haraka iyapunguze na kuyaondoa.
Hoteli imeamua kwamba itafuta kazi wafanyakazi wote walioanza kazi karibuni. Kisha baadaye itatujulisha kama itafuta kazi wafanyakazi walioanza kazi kitambo.
Aha, shamba wenyewe macho meupe kama msiokuwa na haya. Mwaiuza. Hamkakutana nao kwa mnadani.
Aliyekuambia shamba itauzwa mnadani ni nani?
Angelikuwa ni mtoto wangu mimi, usingenilaumu. Sonia aambiliki.
Lakini mtoto hukunjwa akali mbichi.
Huyu wako amekauka.
NTV Sport in association with Mozart Bet. SMS NTV to 29990.
A very good evening to you. I'm Ida Waringa. Time for sports. And it is an Olympics year, and Kenyan athletes, both elite and upcoming, have their eyes trained on the major sporting event, which is the climax of an athlete's career. Well, during the recent Athletics Kenya Athletes annual conference that was held in Eldoret, Steve Keter engaged different athletes on their Olympic dreams, and he has filed this report.
Julius Yego announced himself to the world with a spectacular 92.72 meters javelin throw during the 2015 World Championships held in Beijing, China. The following year, Yego was less than 3 meters short of winning Kenya her first ever Olympic gold medal in javelin after throwing at 8.2 meters to finish second at the Rio Olympics.
For me, that is the only remaining gold medal I don't have, the Olympics title. I have silver, yes, but I want to upgrade to get a gold medal.
Former 1500 meters champion Elijah Manangoi, who pulled out of the last year's World Championships due to injury, is also looking forward to a good Olympics outing after he finished 26th in Rio.
Actually, Rio was a learn for me, you know. It gave me a morale and to be stronger, to say that everything is possible, I can do it again.
Kenyan sprinters first have to meet the seemingly tight qualification time before
can't run the Olympic, and I am prepared for the trials, and also I am prepared to finish at the podium the world at the Olympics Games, and that is my target.
The national trials for the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games will be held from June 19 to 21st at the Kipchoge Keino Stadium in the City of Champions. Reporting for NTV Sport from Eldoret, I'm Steve Keter.
Well, indeed, everything pretty much gearing up for the Olympics. Still on athletics, on a bit of a sad note, former marathon world record holder Wilson Kipsang has been provisionally suspended by the Athletics Integrity Unit for whereabouts failures and tampering with samples. Under anti-doping regulations, athletes have to inform testing authorities of their whereabouts for a 1-hour window of every day. Now, 3 failures in 12 months of not being present at the agreed time or a failing inaccurate or incomplete information for doping officials counts as a failure that leads to an automatic ban. The London 2012 Olympic marathon bronze medalist cannot compete in any event until he receives a final decision on his case at a hearing. Kipsang won the London Marathon twice, as well as the Berlin Marathon, New York Marathon, and Tokyo Marathon. And the battle for who will be crowned the Sportswoman Personality of the Year at the Safaricom Sawyer Awards will be a close-fought affair featuring numerous world-beating athletes, among them Helen Obiri and Beatrice Chepkoech. 3,000 meters steeplechase world record holder Chepkoech won her first ever world title in Doha, and she also reigned supreme in the Diamond League, clinching the overall title. Now, Obiri started the season by winning the elusive world cross-country title, and she closed the season with a gold medal after retaining her 5,000 meters title in Doha. Bridget Kosgei broke the women's marathon world record that had stood for 16 years on her way to winning the Chicago Marathon. She also won the London Marathon. Now, also in contention are Ruth Chepngetich, who won marathon gold in Doha, as well as bodybuilder Evelyn Owala. The gala is set for Mombasa in 2 weeks' time. And the national women's volleyball team, the Malkia Strikers, coached by Paul Bitok, will be looking to take advantage of the stewardship of National Olympic Committee of Kenya, NOC, as well as the Sports Ministry, as they intensify preparations for the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games. This will be the 3rd Olympics appearance for the Malkia Strikers, who featured at the 2000 Olympics in Sydney and the 2004 Games in Athens.
It was a heroic welcome for the national women's volleyball team Malkia Strikers, who returned from a successful outing, having booked the sole ticket to represent the continent at the Olympics in Japan in July.
So mimi nasema tu to invest in our coaches na tupatie players time ya mazoezi. PS tunaomba sana time ya mazoezi tusikuwa na one man, and then hiyo Kasarani most of the time inakuwa na events mingi.
I think if you get a lot of tournament, that will be a good exposure.
I believe that the team have a potential to reach even high level than what we had before.
On their journey to the qualifiers, the team had to endure shoddy preparations, training with local clubs, among them Strathmore University. This they hope will change moving into the Olympics come July.
We'll work out on the training program. We shall also get in touch with our friends in Japan to see if we can maybe be in Japan a month or two before the event and train with them, because they're usually very helpful.
From here on, the work of the federation ceases and the work of the government starts. This is our team. We take full responsibility because as per the regulations, Team Kenya becomes the responsibility of the ministry.
The team that is now under the stewardship of the National Olympic Committee of Kenya as well as the Sports Ministry will hope a lot will change in their preparations as they seek international friendlies ahead of the Olympics.
We are going to up the game. We are going to equal the level in which they have performed so that even in terms of administration, preparation and participation, we get it at 100%.
All said and done, it boils down to the team's preparations as they make a return and hope they better their record and have a successful outing in Japan in their 16-year return. Brian Otual, NTV at the JKIA.
Thanks very much for that, Brian. Indeed, the Queens are going to Tokyo. And it is an Olympic year, and International Olympic Committee is working towards encouraging the regular practice of sport by all people in the society, regardless of their social background or economic status. And for children in the informal neighborhood of Kawangware here in Nairobi County, the emergence of floorball as an alternative sport is an opportunity to improve their lives. Ian Mugo reports.
The joy on these children's faces can only tell of the fulfillment that sports brings, regardless of one's background. Football is keen in Kawangware, which is one of the many low-income areas in Nairobi, but a new sport, floorball, is slowly taking root through Tsunami Floorball Club Academy.
Nurturing new kids in a new sport it's what inspired me. I like to see the kids in the ghetto learning new sports and having experience in a different sport than football or any other sport. So floorball works wonders. It's fun and the kids enjoy it.
Floorball is a type of hockey that is similar to ice hockey, played using plastic sticks and a lightweight plastic ball. It is normally played with 5 players and a goalie without a stick on a fully enclosed rink with goals set in so that play continues behind the goal line. For Sarah Awino, a class 5 pupil at Ndurarwa Primary School, the sport does not only offer enjoyment but also opens a door to becoming an athlete.
Nataka kuambia wazazi wangu asante, hao ndo waliniingiza hapa. Na nataka kuencourage watoto wengine wasiogope, wakuje tu tucheze nao. Naweza taka kuwa hockey player.
The sport, which was introduced in the country 5 years ago by a Swiss-based floorball organization, has grown tremendously within higher learning institutions and informal areas. Many clubs have since been registered, with Tsunami Floorball Club being the first to feature a men's, women's and junior teams. Many of the players represented the country in the Africa Floorball Cup last year.
So far I can say it is a good journey. Actually, I represented Kenya in the African Cup last year, September. It was on 19th, from 19th to 22nd, and Kenya won.
Yeah, so far we have like 10 trophies with us that we have won. So as a club and as a club, we are doing a good job of nurturing the kids and nurturing new talents in this new game.
All has not been a bed of roses for the self-sponsored club, with challenges continuing to grapple the growth of the sport.
The equipments are very expensive. The ones we are using currently, they were donated to us by Floorball for All. Is what we are using, but they are wearing out. We are appealing to anyone who is interested out there. This is a new sport. Come, engage with us, and then help us promote the sport.
Despite the challenges facing floorball in Kenya, the pioneers of the sport are determined to carve a niche for themselves within the sporting circles in the country. Ian Mugo, NTV.
And Nakuru County will be the center of the action as the Kenya Cup resumes following a 2-week break for the Christmas and New Year festivities. Now, current leaders Kabras headline match day 10 in a clash away to top Pride Nakuru, who are 5th. This as 6th-placed Menengai Oilers, boosted by new recruits, among them Jeffrey Ominde, host a 7th-placed Stanbic Mwamba at the Moi Showground in Nakuru. Defending champions KCB, who lie 2nd, will be at home to 11th-placed Blackblood, while 3rd-placed Homeboys take on 4th-placed Impala Saracens at Jamhuri Park. Struggling Kenya Harlequins welcome a bottom-of-the-table Kisumu RFC, and that will be to the RFUEA grounds, and 8th-placed Nondis are away to 9th-placed Western Bulls at the Bull Ring in Kakamega. Well, that wraps it up for sports tonight. We play again tomorrow. I'm Ida Warenga. Do enjoy your viewing.
NTV Sport in association with MozartBet. SMS NTV to 29990.
Sports, and here's a story that we highlighted and was meant to be among our top stories, but it came in late, but it's better late than never. The government and the opposition today have launched what appears to be a roadmap to a national referendum during the Building Bridges Initiative consultative meeting in Kisii County. ODM leader Raila Odinga and Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i led a host of leaders from across the political divide in outlining a chain of events which they say will lead to the proposed BBI referendum later in the year. Oko Okusa was there.
Although it's just the first regional BBI convention, leaders present, including former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, appeared confident of a referendum in less than 6 months' time.
Tunataka kura ya maoni ije. Hii kura ya maoni itakuja kabla mwezi wa Juni, ili Wakenya waamue. Leo tumeamurisha wale ma MCS wote waende katika mawadi zao, wafanye mikutano kandani ya mawadi yao, waongee na wananchi, waeleze hii BBI imesema hii na hii na hii na hii, na watoe maoni yao. Sawa? Hii linaitwa national conversation. Kushakuwa na national conversation, basi tutapitisha, tukishapitisha tutaanza kutekeleza.
The people cannot wait. People cannot wait. It is now. And the Constitution says that you need a publication period of 90 days. Once we have the constitutional question, we have a publication period of 90 days. So it is feasible to have a referendum within 90, by the end of June, July this year.
During the meeting, which had all the markings of a state function, Raila conveyed President Uhuru Kenyatta's greetings to the more than 2,000 delegates as Interior Cabinet Minister Fred Matiang'i summed it up.
Sisi viongozi kila wakati sisi ndio tunaongea. Wakati umefika kwa nyinyi kuongea pia wananchi. Tulete hii ripoti kwa wards, tupeleke kwa constituency conventions ili na nyinyi mchangie mjadala huu. Ili sasa tukiwa tayari kumaliza hii ripoti tuwe tumechukua pia mawazo yenu na maoni yenu, tuhakikishe kwamba sisi sote tunatembea tukiwa katika barabara moja.
Deputy President William Ruto came under scathing attack from a section of leaders over his stand on the BBI.
I know for a fact William Ruto, watu yake wote wamejipanga to try and embarrass the process ya Building Bridges Initiative. My message to them, musiume kama ni wanaume kuja mbele kama mwanaume.
From Kisii, the focus now shifts to Kakamega, where the next consultative forum is set to take place in 8 days' time. Oko Okusa, NTV, in the county of Kisii.
So much talk about the Building Bridges initiative and still so many questions about it. We will keep you posted as the debate unfolds, of course. That's all we had time for this Friday on NTV Weekend Edition. Thank you so much for making time for us. My name is Edmond Nyabola. Our sign language interpreter for this evening has been David Agondoa, and we have to leave studio for the trend, which is actually out of studio tonight somewhere on location, so do stay tuned. My name is Edmond Nyabola. Once again, good night.
This is NTV.
Prepare yourself for a new live bet experience. Top minute, boosted live bet odds. Mozart, make a decision.
With Lipa na M-Pesa, you get more. More convenience. More ease. More flexibility. And now you can win apartments, tractors with extras, plus surprise gifts to 8 customers every minute. Make payments via M-Pesa buy goods or pay bill.
All the relevant issues.
Reacquire the property they've gotten with our looted money and save this country for my child and daughter Teko and the many children.
From our studios to the ground, where the action is live.
Misuse of funds here in the country.
Someone donating their hat to Bernard Ojwang there.
Welcome to NTV Today. You are just in time. The live link will be done by Muledan, and sports has a lot to be shown. And Sean Cardovillis
keeping you up to date with all you need to know as and when it happens.
It's not been a very good morning in the country. We've had a very grisly accident.
In clear context to all the relevant issues.
Reacquire the property they've gotten with our looted money and save this country for my child and daughter Teko and the many children.
From our studios to the ground, where the action is live.
Misuse of funds here in the country.
Someone donating their hat to Bernard Ojwang there.
Akili yangu ina mambo mengi bwana. Sasa hiyo akili yenye mambo mengi ndio ingefanya kazi haraka haraka iyapunguze na kuyaondoa.
Hoteli imeamua kwamba itafuta kazi wafanyakazi wote walioanza kazi karibuni. Kisha baadaye itatujulisha kama itafuta kazi wafanyakazi walioanza kazi kitambo.
Aha, shamba wenyewe macho meupe kama msiokuwa na haya. Mwaiuza. Hamkakutana nao kwa mnadani?
Aliyekuambia shamba itauzwa mnadani ni nani?
Angelikuwa ni mtoto wangu mimi, usingenilaumu. Sonia aambiliki.
Lakini mtoto hukunjwa akali mbichi.
Huyu wako amekauka.
The vessel is not assisted in any way in voting by the agents. It is due to buoyancy. Akimedes, please, unasema nini?
Hello, Mr. Mogomati. Si tushafika. Tukupate wapi?
I was a little bit scared. You know that moment we got the information about where we're going. I really fear getting on ferries.
Hello. Umeshikwa.
With Lipa na M-Pesa, you get more. Every 100 shillings spent on Lipa na M-Pesa earns you an entry into the draw. Do more with Lipa na M-Pesa.
Every day, NTV News Team moves you to the center of the action.
The security forces who took part in this operation,
police are not taking anything to chance.
Moves you to the heart of the story to witness and record history.
Rendering the declared results null and void.
Telling the story of Kenya.
The growing importance of border in Mandera.
Matatus will be on strike.
And beyond.
The politics in the United States capital.
It is the 7th edition of the Global Education taking place in Dubai.
When it comes to business, we crunch the numbers and unpack the detail with the latest information for your investment decision.
It's time to say goodbye to this note and karibu to this note.
In order for the manufacturing sector to be elevated from the ground.
Despite the government's promise to create at least 1.3 million jobs.
Moves you fast, past the planes and trucks,
to bring you the triumphs and joys of our great men and women.
Moving stories that touch our hearts.
I didn't know that I could go back to school.
The Back to School program has brought hope to these young mothers.
NTV News. News that moves you.
And them say, here comes trouble, here comes the danger, sent by the Savior, welcome the Rasta youths. I and I start recruit soldiers for Selassie army. Here comes trouble, here comes the danger, welcome the Savior, welcome the Rasta youths. Then I will access and the general issue in the world.
Welcome to NTV Today. You are just in time. The live link will be done by Muledan, and sports has a lot to be shown. And Sean Cadavillis
keeping you up to date with all you need to know as and when it happens.
It's not been a very good morning in the country. We've had a very grisly accident.
In clear context to all the relevant issues.
Reacquire the property they've gotten with our looted money and save this country for my child and daughter Teko and the many children.
From our studios to the ground where the action is live.
Misuse of funds here in the country.
Someone donating their hat to Bernard Ojwang there.
Welcome to NTV Today. You are just in time. The live link will be done by Muledan, and sports has a lot to be shown. And Sean Cadavillis
keeping you up to date with all you need to know as and when it happens.
It's not been a very good morning in the country. We've had a very grisly accident.
In clear context to all the relevant issues.
Reacquire the property they've gotten with our looted money and save this country for my child and daughter Teko and the many children.
From our studios to the ground where the action is live.
Misuse of funds here in the country.
Someone donating their hat to Bernard Ojwang there.
Welcome to NTV Today. You are just in time. The live link will be done by Muledan, and sports has a lot to be shown. And Sean Cadavillis
keeping you up to date with all you need to know as and when it happens.
It's not been a very good morning in the country. We've had a very grisly accident.
In clear context to all the relevant issues.
Reacquire the property they've gotten with our looted money and save this country for my child and daughter Teko and the many children.
From our studios to the ground where the action is live.
Misuse of funds here in the country.
Someone donating their hat to Bernard Ojwang there.
Welcome to NTV Today. You are just in time. The live link will be done by Muledan, and sports has a lot to be shown. And Sean Cadavillis
keeping you up to date with all you need to know as and when it happens.
It's not been a very good morning in the country. We've had a very grisly accident.
In clear context to all the relevant issues.
Reacquire the property they've gotten with our looted money and save this country for my child and daughter Teko and the many children.
From our studios to the ground where the action is live.
Misuse of funds here in the country.
Someone donating their hat to Bernard Ojwang there.
Welcome to NTV Today. You are just in time. The live link will be done by Muledan, and sports has a lot to be shown. And Sean Cadavillis
keeping you up to date with all you need to know as and when it happens.
It's not been a very good morning in the country. We've had a very grisly accident.
In clear context to all the relevant issues.
Reacquire the property they've gotten with our looted money and save this country for my child and daughter Teko and the many children.
From our studios to the ground where the action is live.
Misuse of funds here in the country.
Someone donating their hat to Bernard Ojwang there.
Welcome to NTV Today. You are just in time. The live link will be done by Mule Dan, and sports has a lot to be shown. And Sean Cadavillis
keeping you up to date with all you need to know as and when it happens.
It's not been a very good morning in the country. We've had a very grisly accident.
In clear context to all the relevant issues.
Reacquire the property they've gotten with our looted money and save this country for my child and daughter Teko and the many children.
From our studios to the ground where the action is live.
Misuse of funds here in the country.
Someone donating their hat to Bernard Ojwang there.
Welcome to NTV Today. You are just in time. The live link will be done by Mule Dan, and sports has a lot to be shown. And Sean Cadavillis
keeping you up to date with all you need to know as and when it happens.
It's not been a very good morning in the country. We've had a very grisly accident.
In clear context to all the relevant issues.
Reacquire the property they've gotten with our looted money and save this country for my child and daughter Teko and the many children.
From our studios to the ground where the action is live.
Misuse of funds here in the country.
Someone donating their hat to Bernard Ojwang there.
Welcome to NTV Today. You are just in time. The live link will be done by Mule Dan, and sports has a lot to be shown. And Sean Cadavillis
keeping you up to date with all you need to know as and when it happens.
It's not been a very good morning in the country. We've had a very grisly accident.
In clear context to all the relevant issues.
Reacquire the property they've gotten with our looted money and save this country for my child and daughter Teko and the many children.
From our studios to the ground where the action is live.
Misuse of funds here in the country.
Someone donating their hat to Bernard Ojwang there.
Welcome to NTV Today. You are just in time. The live link will be done by Mule Dan, and sports has a lot to be shown. And Sean Cadavillis
keeping you up to date with all you need to know as and when it happens.
It's not been a very good morning in the country. We've had a very grisly accident.
In clear context to all the relevant issues.
Reacquire the property they've gotten with our looted money and save this country for my child and daughter Teko and the many children.
From our studios to the ground where the action is live.
Misuse of funds here in the country.
Someone donating their hat to Bernard Ojwang there.
Welcome to NTV Today. You are just in time. The live link will be done by Mule Dan, and sports has a lot to be shown. And Sean Cadavillis
keeping you up to date with all you need to know as and when it happens.
It's not been a very good morning in the country. We've had a very grisly accident.
In clear context to all the relevant issues.
Reacquire the property they've gotten with our looted money and save this country for my child and daughter Teko and the many children.
From our studios to the ground where the action is live.
Misuse of funds here in the country.
Someone donating their hat to Bernard Ojwang there.
Welcome to NTV Today. You are just in time. The live link will be done by Mule Dan, and sports has a lot to be shown. And Sean Cadavillis
keeping you up to date with all you need to know as and when it happens.
It's not been a very good morning in the country. We've had a very grisly accident.
In clear context to all the relevant issues.
Reacquire the property they've gotten with our looted money and save this country for